You will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust.
Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years.
And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
This is the Drive, baby.
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Alan. I'm sure no one noticed I was gone other than the improvement, so appreciate that. I do have to say, though, real quick, before we get into everything we got today, I was almost afraid to check Twitter. There were some really sad and unfortunate things that went down last week. A lot. Seriously. A lot. The Greg Papa news, and then the Greg Papa news, and Kenny gets let go, the Don Nelson news, and saddest of all, and I just want to say this and we'll move on, a guy was on our show in May, Mike Wagaman, passing away, and it was just stunning, and he's a really great guy and a great fellow Vallejoan, and that was just so sad, and I know a lot of people that knew him, so friendly and so positive. There's a lot of people that are going to be just really feeling that one for a long, long time.
Yeah, it was almost too much to keep up with. One of those things where the hits just came on coming last week, and I think I saw our guy Bonte say, man, this week has been a rough one. And you can take that, and I think that's all he said, and you can take that and apply it to about 5 different things that happened last week. So, rough stuff, and praying for all the families that are affected by all of it, the earthquake as well. So rough stuff last week.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you said, for what it's worth, we're thinking of all those people and their families, and especially Mike Wagaman, just such a great guy. He was a guy that had some really, really serious health issues, and yet he was so positive, and so appreciative of what he had. And that's how I'm going to try to always remember him, as being just mindful of what I have and not worrying about what I don't have. What we have today, what we have right now is, can this be true? Ben Simmons. We're talking about Ben Simmons, Alan. Is this a prank? Are you guys pranking me?
How happy
Let's get
are
ready
you
when he comes back with Ben Simmons.
How happy are you to be back? You got back just in time, I would say.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons and, all of the different – I'm sorry.
We got an issue with the camera there.
Well, this is not helping
Yeah.
my people how they joke me already.
Mm-hmm.
And now people are roasting me in chat. Why they do Alan like this?
I had nothing to do with that. I don't know if anybody had anything
Why
to
do
do
you
with that.
come back and this is the first? Hey, Jay, lower Alan's camera.
There's something with that other show, man. They don't know how to get it right.
No, they played me.
Yeah.
Now I know what's going. Now that's a great call, Jay. Now, Anthony, hey, I want to talk to you, man. I need to chat with Anthony for a
Prior
second.
to that, their cameras be everywhere. I don't know why their cameras is everywhere.
See, that's crazy. Now I'm
Anytime
getting
something like that
fried.
happens, this is totally unfair, but I think you know where I'm coming from. The first cat I'm questioning is Verlad.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't been here for hours, but
If there's any
something like
way,
that happens, he's the first guy I'm going to talk to.
oh yeah, and he's just in his office, just snickering. This will make Alan. This will tick Alan
And for
off.
those not watching, those just listening, apparently the camera shot was such that Alan's head was at the very bottom of the screen with a lot of what they call headroom in the industry. So
Oh, happy Monday, man.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
we're off and running. Got that squared away. Yeah, I thought you were just laughing at the absurdity of the whole Ben
Well, that
Simmons
too.
thing.
Well, that too.
And I want to double down on what I said during the crossover. Don't know how you feel. I'm not speaking for you or Jay, but Carmichael Dave trying to act like, oh, yeah, I told you. He didn't tell anybody anything.
Isn't he just messing around, though? With the...
Well, aren't I just messing around now?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's the question. But if he actually believes that something he talked about 7 years ago, coming to fruition in a completely different context and capacity,
Right.
He can claim any type of victory there.
Well, it's a worthwhile attempt because
he's out of his mind.
It was so, mind-numbingly stupid when he said it all these years, all the times he said it. So I don't blame him for trying to go, hey, see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I'm going to get in trouble because, the question has already come up. Who would you rather sign, Ben Simmons or Russell Westbrook? And I think for me, it's not even close. And the answer would be Ben Simmons simply because we've already seen Russ. Mm-hmm. So I don't think either one of them is changing, how I feel about the mentors and all of that. But I don't think either one of them changing the trajectory of the Kings season either way. But going back to the mining for gold conversation with the Kings, Ben Simmons, what is he, 28? Is he 30 yet? I don't even know if he's 30. But, yeah, I would have...
He's 30. Yeah.
Okay. I would have super, super low expectations, and you just see what happens. With Russ, we know what it is. So there's no surprises here, and I don't think that even if Russ is better than Ben Simmons, I don't think that it's going to change the trajectory of the Kings system that much. And yeah, for the mentor conversation, I don't know if Ben is who you want in the building for the mentor conversation, but I would if you're making me choose either. I'd rather not choose either.
Maybe I'm really in the minority on this, but I don't care. For all the talk of mentors. There was a time when NBA teams had like one coach and maybe a trainer. Mm-hmm. And now teams have, and I have no problem with this, they have, how many coaches do teams have? Like 15 or something? Some of them can
They're
be mentors.
everywhere.
Isn't that what a coach does?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is when you have Doug Christie on your team, you have Leandro Barbosa on your staff.
Right.
Along with a lot of other outstanding professionals, I'm not as worried about mentors. I mean, that's part of what I know it's different. Well, but if a player's got to mentor the player, coach, that's what coaches do. And you have some really good mentors already on your staff. I'm not as worried about a mentor for Darius Acuff.
Well, I mean, it's just the thing where, my whole conversation is this, Whitey, and obviously we're not in the same spaces as the media members and the fans for other teams, but who's AJ DeBonce's mentor? Who's Darren Peterson's mentor? Who's Cam Boozer's mentor? Mm-hmm. Who's Caleb Wilson, Keaton Wagler? We're not hearing about that the same way. So why does Acuff need one? I know point guards, it takes longer for them to develop, but we don't hear about who is Cade's mentor. If you have somebody on your team, you have somebody on your team, but you don't go out and say, we have to get this person to do this specific job.
It's kind of cart before the horse. If you have somebody who can do it, oh, that's great.
Right.
But you don't have to go out, well, we need to go out and get a mentor.
Now that we have our point guard, now we have to mentor a said point guard. I don't see it. Kingston Fleming's 8th pick in the draft. Who's his? And somebody said, actually for Kingston, somebody brought up C.J. McCollum. Yeah, but C.J. McCollum was already on the team. C.J. McCollum almost helped them. They almost beat the Knicks, and he was balling.
He's not there. They didn't go out and get him to be a mentor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're on the same page.
This was interesting from Anthony Slater, and I know Matt George pointed this out in the ESPN piece about available free agents. Slate says Westbrook looking for the correct situation. The Kings remain open to a reunion, team sources said, but are also understanding that Westbrook might not be as interested in playing a reduced role behind prize rookie Darius Acuff Jr. Now, as Matt pointed out, yeah, we all kind of assumed that, but here you actually have Slate saying this is how the team feels. That's interesting.
Well, we finally got some resolution outside of we think that he's worth, he's going to get paid more than we can. And now we're hearing it from, I guess, it's Russ from the Kings side, right? And the idea of, hey, if we go to Russ, I think we should feel good about this, Whitey, because it basically comes off to me like, hey, if we go to Russ, we are going to tell him that he's going to play less. So that's just the reality of the situation. And by the way, Anthony Slater was on the show last week, Whitey. It wasn't just a bunch of Bleach Report people.
I have nothing against the Bleach Report people.
I know you don't.
You just went
Jay,
some Bleach Report deep cuts.
Jay, can you tell Whitey the story when you checked the text I sent you and you saw?
Jay, I heard you even had and I have nothing against this line of work, but custodians from Bleach Report.
Well, something like that. A lot of keys jiggling in the background, Whitey. You're right.
Yeah.
You're 1,000% right.
Real quick, Alan, I'm on my shift.
I got a quick 15. Give me a banana.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday, right? Sunday, it was in the evening time, and I'm sitting down or whatever. I was doing something, and I got a text, and I look, and I just saw a bunch of writing. Like, Alan, what's Alan talking about? So I thought maybe he was putting stories or something in there. And then literally Tuesday, Bleacher Report. Thursday, Bleacher Report. Friday, Bleacher Report. Then also, a couple other guys. And I was like, oh, so you pretty much got it all locked and loaded, huh, Alan? So then I just hit back, just laughed, just like, you got it, man. And I think I said, all good. And he was like, then we come in Monday. He's like, oh, I also put out some more feelers to a couple more guys in the Bleacher Report that haven't responded yet. And I was like, look, I'm going to just book a couple guys. We're tired of some 49er stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then maybe Tuesday's like, oh, yeah, Bleacher Report guy got back to me. I don't want to say names because I don't want to demean. But the BR staff got back to me. We're going to have him on Friday. Then, like, Tuesday night, I get another text, and I'm like, another Bleacher Report person?
Right.
Hey,
I understand you had 3 guys on that had just interviewed at Bleach Report and haven't actually been hired yet.
Well, they touched greatness.
Internship.
They know. They touched greatness, so they knew.
And now I'm hearing that No Ceilings is his next stop.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So because I'm already looking at 2027 draft. I'm already grinding some tape, Whitey. So you know how it goes. But thank you, Jay.
Shouts out to the BR staff.
Whitey would get a kick out of that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did see they had a number of, and I think they were, the response was good. So
yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Everybody, a lot of articles out these days, and this is time to let my people cook.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's just Alan's wheel of Bleach Report people, and you'd spin it.
Yeah.
And then whoever comes up, let's get him on the phone now. Here's Andy Bailey. You're the winner.
He was on Monday or Tuesday.
The only one that is yet to appear is Zach Buckley, right?
Buckley.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, Buckley.
And then Alan says, yeah, there's another one too, man. I'm like, what? He's like, Eric Pincus, Bleacher Report. I'm like, well, actually, E has been around for a long time. Like, he's been at Yahoo and Lakers and Spectrum and stuff like that. I said, he's a good dude. He's a capologist, though, right? Mm-hmm. Him and Bobby Marks do the classes together.
And you already have a capologist on the show.
That's right. Yeah, so we don't want to overlap there.
Yeah.
Shout out my guys, man.
Play that card. Well, good. Yeah. I saw the the clips and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As far as Ben Simmons goes, as I'm sure you've seen, it was Mark Spears, who seems to be well connected with the Kings, who said that one Western Conference team has a non-guaranteed offer on the table for a minicamp for Ben Simmons. So some people are assuming that it is the Kings. Some people are thinking it might be. I know Spurs reporter on X pointing out that a lot of people think the Spurs might be the team.
The Spurs? I mean, to do. I know the Spurs. They were talking about
some size next to Wemby,
right? But I mean, Ben played point for a lot of it. Ben never really played a 4, and a lot of people think they got Bryant in there for the Spurs, and they think that he could kind of grow into something.
Ben Simmons is like 6'10".
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. Here's my question, guys, and I know it's a Monday, and we're all having a good time, and I don't necessarily want to derail things too early here, but
don't forget the Starburst take. What's that?
Oh, we'll give you the Starburst take later.
Okay.
We'll give you the Starburst take. We'll talk about that.
Let's just say there are a couple questionable things that Allen said last week.
Just a few. Not too many, just a few.
I find that hard to believe. But anyway,
let's assume that this is about the Kings, right? And Ben Simmons, there's a level of interest there. I would ask this question. At what point are we going to start to be a little bit worried that maybe things haven't changed as much as we thought? Now, what do I mean by that? There is an idea when it comes to the Kings that they like these big names and they kind of have a type and who's actually pulling the strings and, they like the big splashes and things like that. So you bring in Scott Perry. I have full autonomy. He said it on these airwaves. He said it a couple times now. And assuming that's the case, that's what he's saying.
It's a big assumption, but okay.
That's what he's saying.
Yes,
so I'm taking him at his word.
Slater said it last week too, though. I asked him about that.
Right. And he said he does until he doesn't, or something like that.
But he also said he has the most control that he's seen up to this point prior to the last regime or two.
Thank you.
So now I'm looking at the names that have crossed the Kings' path during Scott Perry's tenure. And you have Russell Westbrook, kind of a Kings type of guy. Now, I know he was serving a role as a backup point guard that ended up being the starter. So you have that. You have, the Ja Morant thing, I know we've gone back and forth as to how close they actually got on that. But that would have been another kind of, get butts in the seats type deal. Now you have, and I'm probably missing people, and now you have Ben Simmons pop up. And, maybe there is a level of autonomy, but maybe also there's a reason that Vivek likes Scott Perry. Maybe they're not as different as we initially think. And, some of the philosophies they share, not saying basketball, because obviously Scott Perry's been doing this in this capacity for a very, very, very long time. But I'm sitting here thinking, what really, outside of the draft and things like that, what has really changed from, the Kings are always going to be in on this guy, or the Kings are always going to do this or that? It doesn't feel like too much has changed because the Kings still are in the conversations for dudes that nobody else is in the conversation about.
To me, Ben Simmons is in a separate category. Maybe he's in both simultaneously. He's in that, big name category that I think you're talking about, if I understand you correctly. But he's also in the distressed asset. Why not?
Yeah.
We are going to have a hard time getting players of that caliber now with lottery reform. So why shouldn't we almost make a Moneyball type move? So to me, he's, like I said, he's at, that'd be a big splashy move, but it'd also be kind of a if you can be under the radar with a guy like Ben Simmons, but kind of a flyer move that kind of makes some sense.
I guess
for a desperate team.
No, I'm with you on Ben more than, and the Oladipo thing, right? Now he's he's my age, or he's 34 or something like that. So to me, I guess the word I'm looking for, Whitey, for lack of a better term, would be distractions, right? Westbrook, to me, I'm not calling him a distraction as far as how he plays, but he's a huge name. That comes with a lot. Ben Simmons, huge storyline. I don't know about name, but I would say pretty big name as well. So I don't know. I guess when Scott Perry got hired, I felt like we wouldn't continue to have conversations like this. And I know that the Kings are essentially broke, right? In the sense of they're paying Domas and they're paying Levine, so they don't have a lot of money. All these teams are broke, right now in the sense of cap space. Don't get me wrong. So you have to go bargain bin shopping, but it just feels like nothing has changed as far as names that, maybe the Kings are in. Well, a lot of times they have been interested. So it just feels like I thought they were going to stop doing stuff like this.
I will give you this, to your point, going way back before Scott Perry, before Monty, going back to the Pete D'Alessandro days. Whenever there was somebody who was available, there were reports that so-and-so's available, free agent, or wants to trade. Mm-hmm. It seemed like the Kings, this is early in the Vivek Ranadive era, pardon me, it seemed like the Kings would always find a way to get involved in the conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, we have interest in that. So it's not quite that, but I understand your point. I think there has been some change. The whole key there, if we're being honest, to me, is who wanted to bring in Russell Westbrook? And I know you talk to people that have talked to Scott Perry, they all say, he really wanted him here. So, yeah. Okay. But to me, if that was driven by ownership, and the only sourcing on that is, no, it was not, then to me, that means you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know, you could put him in different buckets, like you said, from DeMar DeRozan, because big star power, hey, to hell with fit, right? We want the star power.
Yes.
Zach LaVine, was just a...
Zach LaVine, we know that it's been reported that was when the owner decided, I'm going to get more hands-on with this roster construction.
Yes. So that one is the most that's out in the open at this point. But yeah, just some of these names I thought, hey, focus. The focus should be on other guys. Like, we're talking about 30-year-olds. We've spent the whole summer talking about 30-year-olds, and it doesn't really make a ton of sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There has been a number of teams interested in Simmons, according to reports. Ben Simmons, who is open to signing a minimum contract. And yeah, one source says he has a non-guaranteed offer on the table for minicamp with a Western Conference team. If that team were the Kings, if you were Ben Simmons, would you have any interest in the Kings right now? Obviously, it would hinge, at least to some degree, on what other teams are interested. I just have a hard time believing that Ben Simmons will look at this and go, ooh. Now, you could spin it as, well, there's not a lot of expectations here. Maybe it'd be perfect for him to come in and show what he can do a little bit. I'm thinking he probably would want to go to a bigger market team.
Yeah.
A better team.
Yeah. I have had opinions on Ben Simmons and how much he may or may not actually like playing basketball versus what basketball brings him. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you got to really love basketball to go to a team that is right now picked to win 21 and a half games, and it's not in a big market, right? He already did Brooklyn, but if it was Brooklyn, even though they're not supposed to win a lot of games, it's still Brooklyn, right? So there are different places where he could scratch one of the itches. He could scratch the big market itch or scratch the more realistic playing time itch. The Kings don't scratch either itch for him. I can see why maybe hey, come on in, you're 30, we'll see what happens. But I don't know if I'm Ben Simmons, unless there's nowhere else, it definitely isn't my first choice.
Yeah, the only itch would be if he had an itch to play somewhere where no one expected anything from him.
Right.
And a lot of people think that may be the case, but we don't really know. We don't know. That's part of the problem with Ben Simmons. Where does he itch? What does make him want to scratch? We don't know.
I don't know. And the Spurs thing, he's going to play. When did he play a 4, right? I guess a ball handling 4. I know De'Aaron can play off ball. My other thing with Ben Simmons is, and we just saw this with Precious Achiuwa, but at least Precious Achiuwa is, what is he, 26 years old? So you're going to bring in Ben Simmons. He's going to take minutes from somebody who's not 30 years old. And then he's going to, what are our options here, Whitey? He stinks, right? And it was a waste of everybody's time. Or he plays well and then leaves, and then somebody that could have had that playing time that's not 30 years old misses a whole season of that playing time, so Ben Simmons can do what?
Or he comes in here and really helps you defensively.
So just straight up making the team better.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, the third option. Either way, he's leaving after this year.
Another thing you got to consider with him, just basketball-wise, I know there's been some speculation that maybe the Warriors are one of the teams that's interested because there was talk in the past that they wanted to get him going back to when Durant left. He was one of the players. Ben Simmons was supposedly one of the players the Warriors were looking at. I know that at the time, I don't know if it still holds, but there were basketball people with the Warriors, and I don't even know if those basketball people are still there, but a lot of basketball people, or some there, thought that if you have Draymond and Ben Simmons, hard for them to be on the floor at the same time because they're so similar, and defenses don't have to guard either one of them. So my point is, I don't think the Warriors would be interested.
I mean, I think the conversation used to be replacing Draymond with Ben Simmons. That was a conversation for a hot second, just as far as the next iteration of the Warriors
Draymond's
would be
playing
that.
forever.
He probably, they gonna keep paying him $28 million.
He's never retired.
I wouldn't either. But yeah, if there's any conversation, it would be, I thought at that time, it was maybe switching up the vibes, like you said, when Kevin Durant left, but you can't play both of them at the same time. Like Draymond don't even look at the basket. Neither of them. They could have a layup underneath. They'd just be playing a hot potato back and forth, like semi-pro. You can't have both of them on the floor.
Draymond is Dion Waiters compared to Ben Simmons.
That's more of a problem.
He gets a rash if he's within 5 feet of the rim.
Yeah, He doesn't even look at it. Get that thing away from me. So I think Ben is not necessarily ring chasing, but he definitely wants to go somewhere where he's going to be in the spotlight.
If I were the Kings, I would definitely look into it. I mean, I'd be very interested in exploring that. I don't know if he'd want to come here, but given where they are and everything, why not? We need talent. Let's look into it. If they were the team that expressed or offered, I should say, the camp invite non-guaranteed, I would applaud them. I think that'd be smart. And I know there's a lot of people, Ben Simmons, why not? If you're the Kings right now, why not?
Yeah. But that why not is dangerous, though, because then you could use that for anybody, you know?
Well, he definitely does some things that would help me. That's part of the why not. He's a good defender. And I need improvement, and I need talent. How am I going to get talent? How am I going to get talented players?
Yeah. Whitey, are you really saying that Ben Simmons could be on this roster? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know if there's any truth to the reports. I have no way of knowing, and we don't know for a fact the Kings are one of the teams interested. I'm saying if I were the Kings, I'd be, let's talk to him. Let's see. Just because of his history, you wouldn't want any part of that? I mean, that's valid, but I'm just wondering why would you be so definitely not?
Is the whole thing he could keep you out, he could help you be better and stay out of the relegation?
That's part of it, yeah.
Because my whole thing is, who is he taking minutes from? If you think there's nobody on the team similar to that and he's not taking minutes really from anybody, then that's different. But my whole question is, who is he taking minutes from?
To me, it's like a Moneyball thing where, he's an asset that was once highly valued. He's not very highly valued now, so we can acquire him where if he were playing his best, we would have no chance of getting him. Maybe we get him and he finds himself. That's a gamble that I think for a team like the Kings, I think we should take that risk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, you said yourself you would rather have him than Russ, right?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And Jay, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I am honestly asking, what is it about him that you just don't want any part of? Just mentally, the fact that he's checked out so often?
Hey, I just don't think he brings nothing to the table. Honestly, I think it's kind of what Alan's talking about. I think it's anybody's in the air that's up for the grabs, and then you're going to affiliate the Kings' name with it. Not for me. I'm not that, man. I'm not accepting of just anybody that wants me. I'm not into that. At some point in time, you got to have standards. And I think that's kind of what Alan is talking about. And hopefully we moved on from that.
He doesn't check a lot of your 6 pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I forgot about the pillars.
Very much.
I forgot about those
I think it's just one of those things where when it's all said and done, for me, if Ben Simmons is interested in coming to the Sacramento Kings, then that's a little different. I'm willing to at least take a conversation. But if Ben Simmons' name is being floated around there, then all of a sudden I'm just going to throw my name in the hat, then nah, I'm with Alan. Then I guess we're making the same mistake that we've made over the last 20 years. I'm not in on that. Just not in.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll know soon what is the case. Maybe the Kings have no interest in him, and maybe it's mutual. Meanwhile, Kyle Shanahan announces his return to the sideline, and we'll look at that as we roll on here with the Drive Guys. Reunited, and it feels so good on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby!
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
The summer of Silverado continues at Folsom Chevy. General Manager Eric Wilson and his team have rolled out an incredible deal for August on every 2026 Silverado half-ton truck in stock with a 5.3-liter engine. $13,000 off MSRP, 0% financing for 5 years, no monthly payment for 90 days, and there's a lifetime warranty. Find it all at Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 financed. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends August 30th, 2026.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family-owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Now through August 31st at Big O Tires, receive $80 to $120 in instant savings on 4 select in-stock Netson, Nido, or Sumitomo tires with installation bridges. Disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See your locally owned Big O Tires dealer for pricing.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
We've got, among other things, 49er football for you this week. The preseason opener against the always pesky Tennessee Titans. So we're looking forward to bringing you that. And we'll get back to all that in just a moment. Before we dive into that, I wanted to see what you guys thought of something here. I think I've stumbled upon a puzzle, and I want to see if you can help somebody who works here maybe solve it. I thought this was interesting. Bill Louie, who's one of our outstanding sales managers here, great sports fan, he always has a lot of really interesting sports memorabilia in his office.
Right.
He's had some really cool stuff in there. Currently, he has this baseball uniform that it appears to be flannel. So, it's an old uniform. And it says Johnstown on it. It has pinstripes. I didn't recognize the uniform, but I asked him today, hey, what's the story behind the uniform? He says, okay, long story short, he says when he was growing up, they would always play baseball on the street, him and other neighborhood kids. And he said there'd be this old man that would watch them. And Bill Louie said he would wave to the guy, hey, mister. And he said the guy would never wave back. And the kid's like, oh, he's grumpy. He said years later, I guess this man was one of his neighbors. The man's daughter came over to the house, Bill Louie's house, and gave his parents the uniform, said, this is from my dad. He used to play baseball in the minor leagues, and he wanted the little boy with the curly hair to have this. So Bill Louie says, so that's the uniform. I said, so what's his name? He goes, I don't know. I don't know the family name. I don't know who the guy is. But he played on the Johnstown, I think it says on there, and he says they were a Philadelphia minor league team of the Dodgers. And he said, I don't know who the guy was. So I thought, well, does it have a number on the back? And he said, I don't know. I'll have to check. But I think if you can find the number, you might be able, because of Baseball Reference now and the internet, they have everything on there.
Right.
So I'm wondering, what do you think of my idea, Alan? Maybe if you get the number on the back of the uniform, you can figure out, you check some different rosters and
baseball cube.
Yeah, figure out whose jersey it is, whose uniform it is.
I think you can get to the bottom of it.
Maybe,
based on those rosters, if it says where they were or where they were born or where they lived.
And I don't know what year we're talking about. Somewhere between I don't know what year he was watching Bill Louie or how old the guy was.
Yeah.
So I don't know when the guy was playing, but like I said, I'm guessing it was somewhere between 1940 and 1960 when the guy played.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking up some rosters from that team today, and I didn't find jersey numbers, though. So I don't know. But there's got to be a way, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a way.
Yeah.
You got to, That would have bugged me, too. I would have already found out. Bill's just letting it chill there. I got to know whose it is.
Yeah.
But why didn't he wave back?
That I don't know.
Okay, I thought, I didn't know if we were going to come back around to that.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the story as it was presented to me.
I see.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I guess he didn't wave back, but he appreciated the little kid with the curly hair waving to him.
Yeah. Some people aren't wavers. It doesn't mean that they don't appreciate it.
Some people don't like to even acknowledge you when they're jogging, right? You have a hard time with that.
Goodness. Today was a good day. People were in a good mood, but some days, just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, come on, man. We're all in this together. Walkers are different.
One of my daughters they both live here in town. I won't say where, but she says she and her, husband, they take their dog for a walk and they see neighbors and everyone says hi, except this one couple. He says this one couple, they will not acknowledge us. And she has no idea why.
That is
weird. They
weird.
won't even look at him. And she says she's seen him talking to other people. Hi, how are
now
you?
That's weird. I have a neighbor, not the parking neighbor, but the next house next to the parking neighbor, they do not acknowledge me.
Really?
Yeah. And I've given up, walking their dog, whatever it is. You don't want to say hi, don't say hi. So now we're done. Now, the parking neighbors, I don't know them. But these neighbors next to them, I got a real problem with. Real problem.
And the parking neighbors, you haven't been able to
smooth
things over?
Yeah, I don't know
if
if they just live there on the weekend. I don't know what's going on. Have not seen them. So they're, no harm, no foul.
Still parking in front of your house.
Maybe they were organizing the garage because the cars haven't been there, period.
Yeah.
So
they didn't have anywhere
So for
else.
those 2 hours that they had to be outside, you had to be in front of my house. That actually makes it worse.
But it was pretty warm around here last week, right?
Yeah, last week. This was 2 weeks ago, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were here for that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I was wondering if you'd
Nothing.
followed up. Or,
Nothing. But if they're, my rankings, they're my hierarchy, they're not the lowest. It's the neighbors next to them.
So you keep your neighbor rankings.
Yeah, I got rankings for everything. And they're at the bottom. At the bottom.
You have coworker rankings?
Of course. They're dynamic.
Okay. Does that mean they change depending
a
on
lot?
Yeah.
It could change if you don't text me back.
Oh, okay.
A lot can
Very
change.
volatile.
Oh, yes. Yeah, like crypto. You just don't know. It's hot, it's cold. So you got to be careful with those rankings.
Good to know.
You're always at the top, though.
Oh, thanks.
Last week, you actually weren't in it because you weren't here.
Right.
So
last week I heard Andy Bailey was number 1.
He was number 1. He's not my coworker.
What do you think of the news that Kyle Shanahan says he's going to be back on the sidelines for the preseason opener Thursday? I can't tell you guys how close it is. I'm getting there, and I will be there, he said at an impromptu news conference. So he says, I didn't tell anyone today. I just felt like doing it. That was yesterday. He met with the media. Hadn't done that in a while. He says he's determined to get out there and coach, and he's feeling better, and he's this close, and he's ready to go.
That's how he feels. That I don't know how, this thing has progressed. Obviously, we knew he wanted to get out there. So if he feels like his body is progressing at a rate, and he wants to be out there, then, hey, man, who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him no?
The team meeting was a big step for me. As far as the important stuff, I feel like it's 100%. End quote. He also says it's day-to-day. It's probably not going to stay. That's Kyle Shanahan talking about his mustache. Have you seen the pictures of his mustache?
I've seen him with a mustache before.
What do you think? Should he keep it?
I'm not a big mustache guy.
Usually has it during the summer, and then he says usually shaves it off when training camp starts. I guess there have been jokes that it saved his life in that crash, so he's kept it a little longer than usual, but apparently not going to be around much longer.
Yeah, and let me rephrase that. If the first time I meet you is with a mustache, okay, cool. You're a mustache person,
okay.
Right? If you're a new mustache person, or if you just kind of dabble in the mustache life, yeah, most times I'm going to say you look better without one.
So if anyone meets you and then without your express written consent grows a mustache, then you're like, nope, I didn't approve that.
I would be very surprised if I liked the way it looked on you. Because they do that in baseball all the time, right? You'll do it in November, but then also people, got on a hot streak and now I got to leave the stash. I think somebody on the Giants just had that. And hey, whatever you got to do, you got to do.
a big thing with the Giants for a while, mustaches in May.
I remember Yastrzemski would have one. Didn't help him win anything. So,
by the way, speaking of training camp, everything okay with your Raiders? They got in a big fight.
Man, they got in a big fight, and then Kirk and Max had to sit out. So, I love it. This is how you know that these guys, they're turning this organization around.
That's how you know. Okay.
You got to throw some punches. You got to,
you got to want it
out. Like, that's what this is about. You can't just lollygag and, hey, we're all kumbaya. That's a joke.
0 to 10, what's your level of interest in the Raiders preseason opener this week? The guy might play.
He might, right? Are they going to hide him and do Aiden O'Connell or something weird?
He's got to play some.
Yeah. Whenever he's playing, I'm in, so I'll probably just, depending on when they are, probably just watch highlights more than likely, because I'm not going to wait. Okay, well, now it's on.
Speaking of guys, Allen's got another guy. Does Allen's latest guy, not Ben Simmons, another guy, does he make sense for the Kings? That's next on Sactown Sports. Don't go away.
This is Sactown, baby!
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I have a dare for you. After you use your old mop and bucket, put on your whitest socks and walk across the floor. Now look down. What's that gray stuff on your socks? I used to have that too, until I switched to Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop breaks down and locks away tough messes. Take the dare. Try Swiffer Power Mop. White sock approved.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Make This the Summer sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $19,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs. That means you can not only take home one of America's favorite trucks while saving thousands, you also get the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And we have new Rams starting as low as $35,995.
Wow, that's the biggest savings of the year, and I've not seen a warranty like that on a truck in a long time.
That's why Ram is one of America's favorite trucks. Plus, with over 600 Rams available, your new Ram is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $19,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Coupe Cabs after dealer discount and factory incentive. Incentives may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members, at least 5 this net savings, $35,995 price for 2026 Ram 1500 tradesman, VIN number 421999. Excludes tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
What is this on the text line? Welcome back, Whitey. Alan can settle down some.
I don't know. I actually thought I was more chill. I'm solo.
Sure you were.
Yeah, just with Jay and myself. Because half the time you're the one riling me up.
At least half the time.
So I'm not sure how. I'm gonna be less chill now. Or more chill now. I thought I was very chill last week.
Do you think 49er fans should be chill over this Aaron Donald thing? They may face him in the opener. They may not. Now the latest is he was going to make up his mind early this week. Now it might be a little later. Maybe later this week we'll know about Aaron Donald, whether he's going to come back and presumably face the 49ers in the opener.
I think the Niners have bigger fish to fry just with health in general. You know, if you lose that game, you lose one. If you look at the schedule, you probably have already locked in losing at least one game to the Rams, right? In your heart of hearts, truth serum to the most homer of homer Niners fan. Yeah, the Rams are probably going to get us at least once, right? So I don't think Aaron Donald, whether he plays in that game or not, is that big of a deal. I think it's more so, obviously each week matters, don't get me wrong, but I think it's more so about, sure, but if we leave that game and we're about to go into the rest of the season healthy, that's more important.
Yeah, but the Rams are getting there like 40 minutes before the game starts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one's gettable. And I would much rather, if I'm the 49ers, just have Aaron Donald not play this year and forget for a minute the impact on that particular game. I just don't want him back this year.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I don't know why, they're slow playing this, Hollywood gonna Hollywood. But it's very clear that this is going to happen.
I would do the same thing if I were him, wouldn't you? Even if you're going to do it, like you put it off, as long as you can.
Yeah. You don't want to be OTAs, training camp.
No.
And you can't necessarily say that because, well, you're going to come back here and be a leader, or what's the deal here? So, yeah, I'm still deciding.
Training camp sucks.
Yeah, I'm still deciding. I was going to. How hot is it today? Yeah, I'm still deciding.
Right.
I'm just going to keep deciding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, he never really went away. And we were talking last week about a supposed media deal. And I really haven't heard Aaron Donald talk that much. But supposedly he has a media deal that says when he's done playing. Right? Now, obviously, he's retired. So kind of leaving that door open, obviously, he's played with the idea. I just don't see how we go through all this just for him to not play.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, by the way, out today with some soreness, some tightness.
Yes. Hey, but if there was a game, what year was it when Kyle Shanahan kept making up new things and people started joking him for it? Hey, well, if this was regular season, he would have played.
Well,
and then he didn't play.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, if this was the playoffs, he would have played.
Yeah.
Well, if this was the Super Bowl, he would have played. So, McCaffrey's the one so much hinges on his health. That's the one you have to get right. Right? Some of these other names, no disrespect, hey, it is what it is. But if there's no McCaffrey, none of the other names really matter.
Now, you're a fantasy football guy, right?
I'm not super hardcore, but I play.
You play?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know you. If you do anything, you do it to win.
Of course I do.
You're going to play to win.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw ESPN.com, Eric Carabell, I think, his do not touch list. Do not draft these guys in fantasy football. He has McCaffrey on his list. Had him on his list last year and said, yeah, kind of missed on that one. But this year, again, I wouldn't touch him. What does Alan Stiles say?
He's just playing the numbers. Right, it's the running back numbers. He thought, McCaffrey was he actually had it backwards because McCaffrey struggled with injuries 2 years ago. So he was thinking it was just the downfall of him. He ended up being healthy. So it does make sense to now say, well, just based on numbers, I would be very surprised if he stayed that healthy. Is even a better reason to double down.
Just think if there were a fantasy football league and you earned points if your players got hurt. I mean, the 49ers.
Oh, man. You got to draft them all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All first rounders.
Yeah. I just take the substation.
Yeah.
First round pick.
All first rounders. But it's like if you're at a roulette table, right? And 6 black have hit in a row. You bet red and black hits again. Then you say, well, now red has to hit. That's basically what he's doing with McCaffrey. Mm-hmm. Or so I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Alan, you have a guy, don't you? I this is from something you talked about, I think about this time on Friday. Sean Padula.
Oh, yeah.
I saw in the notes for the show, looking them over before I, slap them things together today, that you say this is the guy the Kings need to grab. And I want to extend my sympathies. I really honestly felt bad for you and bad for me when we found out that the Bulls signed to Exhibit 10 deals Isaiah Stevens and Markelle Sutton, your guy.
I know. The Bulls got both of them.
Yeah.
So now I'm a Bulls guy. That's my Eastern Conference team. Good team. Solid team. Matas, Giddey, Caleb Wilson. Love Caleb Wilson. That's my team now.
See what Norman Powell says? He says, we could be really good, but we could also be really bad.
He's just going to go out there, enjoy himself. There's something about being one of those vets.
Mm-hmm.
So is he going to be Caleb's vet? Mentor?
Yeah, probably. But Markelle Sutton, we had some with him. Mostly you, but we had, as a show, we had something.
Yeah. We had a great conversation with Kel. That's what I call him. With Sut. A couple nicknames I have for him. And
he threw down a dunk specifically for you.
He did. I think he might have got 2. But, our thought process was, Whitey, that based on the fact that the Kings have not done hey, let's move up Mobo, right? Let's move up Mobo and then use the two-way on Sutton. The fact that they didn't do that makes me feel like they're going to use that roster spot on somebody that's going to tick me off.
Oladipo, Westbrook.
Somebody like that.
Big Ben. You want Sean Padula. Sean Padula. Tell me why. Tell me why I should want him to.
You should want him because he was the G League Rookie of the Year, averaging 23.6 points, 6.8 assists, 5.1 rebounds, and 1.6 steals per game during the G League
small guard, right?
Regular season. Feet. Yeah, even. But he can shoot it. The dude can shoot it. I don't know. To me, I just look at, and I use him, I believe he's 23 or 24 years old, but I use him as a use case for what the Kings should be looking for. He's 23. He'll turn 24 in October. This is the type of stuff that the Kings should be looking for. Somebody like this. And he reminds me of Gillespie on the Suns. Gillespie was cooking the Kings.
You love Gillespie.
I do. And he was cooking the Kings. He cooked all season long. So you can find some of these guys, and it's just solid depth, and you never know, what they'll turn into. You need a backup point guard. So I would much rather go after someone like this than a Russell Westbrook or somebody that we know where everything stands.
I'm with you. Maybe not him specifically.
Right. It doesn't have to be
specifically, but yeah, I'm with you.
Doesn't have to be him. It's just the idea of, okay, you're going to use this, how are you going to use this roster spot? Last season, there was a bunch of roster spots. We love Dougie McBuckets, but there were too many roster spots used on guys like that. They've done a better job of that this season, but this last one, what direction do you go?
How about bringing in young players who might be able to play, maybe not, but they might be able to play and help you?
Yes. And to me, if you wanted to do the Russ thing, I would have just looked for other areas to find truly younger players. So in my opinion, Whitey, part of the reason that I'm not really into Russ is because of a guy that I really do like, our Philly boy. If you're going to sign Daquan Plowden, who's 27, and then you're also going to sign Russ, like if you had not signed Daquan and you bring in Russ and then you do Padula, who's 23, that'd be a little bit different. But they've already used a lot of these roster spots on, guys that are 26, 20, kind of getting close to their prime, but the Kings, they're not close to their prime.
By the way, I like Isaiah Stevens. I'm not sure your guy Padula is any better than Isaiah Stevens, but
I guess we'll never know.
Well, maybe we will. Depends on who's going to pick up Sean Padula. When we come back, the NBA's 2 biggest stories and what they mean for your Kings. That's coming up with the Drive Guys. We're back together. Yay, Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX-HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader.
It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
So good to be back from Maui. It's pretty nice over there. You really have never been there?
Never been there.
You've been to Hawaii, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Vinny, yeah. Al's never been to Hawaii.
Gotta go.
You got it? Yeah.
It's on the list.
Oh, you're still here and you have an opportunity.
That's right. It's on the list.
Didn't have any travel issues whatsoever. Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I figure something's going to happen somewhere.
Right.
You're going to be stuck on the plane somewhere. It's going to be some delay or something.
Well,
But there wasn't.
Well, what was that rental car looking like?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Well, there's not going to be a layover issue.
Right.
There's nowhere to lay over.
Yeah. That's what I like about Maui. Like if you go to Kauai, there are very few flights that are direct. You have to go to Honolulu and then connect. Maui, you just go right there. It's nice.
It's the little planes?
No, it was a...
No, I'm saying to get to the other islands.
Yeah, slightly. I think so. Yeah, a little bit.
I don't like...
You don't like the little plane?
I don't really love the little guys.
This plane was... it seemed like an older plane that kind of rattled a lot, but got us there. When you're landing it...
Yeah.
You
creaky.
It's like, I feel like I'm in an MRI machine, but that's okay. We got there safely, soundly.
Good.
Great.
Good.
Aloha.
No missing parts that had to be replaced.
None that I know of.
Yeah.
I know when we landed, I smelled something funny, and there was a fire truck outside the window, but that might have been there for something else.
Seems like it.
My wife said, there's a fire truck. Oh, yeah. The lights are on. It's probably another fire somewhere else. I think we're good. No problem.
We're here now.
Yeah.
Wow. Good to have you back.
It's just so nice. You're swimming, and it's like, not with a mask on or anything, but you're just swimming like, oh, there's a fish. Oh, there's a turtle. It's just really cool.
See any crabs?
Did not see any crabs. Heard someone calling out that they saw a crab. Yeah.
So you did not.
I did not.
Okay.
Why, is that kind of your favorite animal or something?
Yeah, I like to see a hermit crab.
But you saw Spider-Man? I didn't get to see Spider-Man.
I saw Spider-Man. Yeah, and it was really good.
Good.
Really good. My thing with Spider-Man is it feels like, now this is number 4 now, but, back in my day, there was a movie and then a sequel and then the third one, right? The trilogy, whatever you want to call it. Now, because everything is connected, they use Spider-Man to introduce different things as part of the universe.
To bridge parts of other
right.
stories.
So
yeah.
it's just never going to end. Right? We're not getting to an ending with this Spider-Man. They're already on this is number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to set up something. I mean, he's in the perfect situation. At what point do they say, okay, now we're going to end it? I have no clue. So I was thinking about that because they intro some new characters, which is for, the Doctor Doom and all that coming up later this year. And I thought that this move, I like it, but everything feels like, okay, now what's the next thing? Because we know that there's something else. So it's just a different viewing experience than when we were before this universe conversation where it was, I'm going to watch number 1, number 2, and number 3. Yeah. And that's now it shows something, there's an issue, and now it ends. Now it doesn't work like that anymore.
Yeah, I know some people have been saying, hey, before you see Spider-Man, go back and watch all the previous Marvel movies. It's like, I have a job. I have a life. I can't really do that.
Then you got to watch them in a specific order.
Yeah, right.
Now you have to watch the first Captain America first because he's the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Then you watch the other ones.
Yeah. Well, I know, speaking of heroes, one of your heroes just retired, and there are great fight scenes in some of these superhero movies, but not as good as this. Alan's hero, and I think Jay is a fan as well. Tim Anderson, former Chicago White Sox and Angel, just announced his retirement. He was a batting champion, all-star. He may be best remembered for this little incident.
Safe and in to score is Jimenez. And another hustle double. Right over the bag at first. Now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. Ramirez went in with a head-first slide. Hosey never gets upset about anything. They came up chewing. Anderson squared off. Hosey decked him. And Tim Anderson was on the wrong side of that punch.
Ruined his career.
Yeah. Jose
ruined his
Ramirez.
career.
Never quite the same after that, was he?
No. Ruined his career. He was on Team USA. He hit that walk-off homer against the Yankees in the Field of Dreams. He was the man.
Mm-hmm.
And he got knocked out, and nothing was the same. Ever. I'm just looking here, Whitey. Funny enough, he was only an All-Star twice. He came in 7th in MVP voting in 2020, but he was not an All-Star. He was an All-Star 2021, 2022. When was that punch, Jay? Was it 2023?
I don't remember.
Yeah. But whenever it was, he went left after that. Absolutely left. And literally, guys.
I know you have his jersey.
I do. Yeah. Literally, guys, I should have wore it today. I mean, we talk about as the Spurs came out and said something about De'Aaron Fox and how will you be remembered. At least De'Aaron, 2023. So he was an All-Star 2 years in a row. Thank you, Jay. Then gets knocked out. 2023, he ends up. So 2019, he hit 335. 2020, he hit 322. 2021, he hit 309. 2022, he hit 301. 2023, he got knocked out. He ended up hitting 245. And after that, the White Sox were done with him. And then he went to Miami, and I think nobody picked him up. I wanted him on the Giants at one point. Then he hit 214 with Miami in 65 games and 205 with the Angels. He was cooked. Mm-hmm. And he's only he's 33 now. He just turned 33. But JUCO guy, solid story.
Yeah, he said, I didn't get to go to all those crazy camps and things.
Yeah. So it kind of stinks that that's how he'll be remembered, Just a lot of stories come through like this, and we appreciate them. But, I mean, now you have the conversation of most memorable memorable on-field situation that was not part of a game, right? So not a block or a walk-off homer, but he's got to be top 3, right? That's all the good that he did in his career, batting champ, all-star, Team USA. He's remembered for one thing. I mean, you can't come back from that, Jay. You can't. And the crazy part is, if you look at Jose Ramirez, he wasn't even looking at him.
Yeah, it was a lucky punch.
It was so lucky. It was so lucky.
It's like it looks like a high school.
Yeah, but he got him good.
He tagged him.
And you know what? Maybe the flip side of that is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Tim was kind of messing with him, keeping the tag on. Ramirez didn't like it.
Stood over him.
Yep.
Like he was.
Yeah.
Ramirez was through his legs. He was standing over him.
And that's when Ramirez said, all right, what are we doing here?
You want me to end your career right now?
Yeah.
But Anderson squared up first.
And got
Remember, he put the glove down first.
Out. I mean, the Bautista one is up there.
Yeah, that was Rougned Odor, right?
Yeah.
And
but for
Nolan Ryan.
Right.
Oh,
Ryan
Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura's got to be the.
But for some reason, the Tim Anderson one.
Oh, also,
because people didn't really
Hunter
like
Strickland and Bryce Harper.
Yeah, but that wasn't, nobody connected. Bryce threw that helmet to Mars. The other part of this, too, was people didn't love Tim Anderson.
No.
Because he was a little bit early with the bat flipping and things like that before I think Major League Baseball really got behind it. So a lot of people, he was kind of like Jazz. I don't think he was as flashy as Jazz, but he was similar to Jazz.
You like Jazz?
You like Jazz? So I think people liked seeing Tim get knocked out. I think that's the difference, Jay, with some of these. People wanted to see Tim Anderson get knocked out.
I would go Nolan Ventura in 1. I think just the fact that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Whitey, I don't remember ever Nolan Ryan getting into a scuffle. He was so respected in it. And the way it went down, it's still synonymous like with Nolan Ryan's career. Remember that Nolan Ryan knockout? Like, it's pretty much Nolan Ryan for me.
Yeah. Nolan. And with the Bautista one, didn't his mouthpiece come out?
Nolan was tearing Jesse up. Robin Ventura up.
Yeah,
he was hitting him
man.
He had him cuffed around the head. It was rough.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones. But, yeah. Hey, Tim, it was you played 10 years in the bigs.
Yeah.
Just remove all the other
Just a rare case guy was really good until one day he was not
knocked
any
out.
good anymore.
Yeah, he literally knocked the talent out of him.
Woo. You got to wear your jersey in honor of him.
Do I?
Is that why you won't put it on no more?
No, that thing is cooked, man.
Because he got knocked out?
It just didn't age well.
They're going to wear, I think, that style. They're going to wear those one more time in his honor. Is that the one? Isn't yours the
It's
one
the
that's
South
got the
Side
Gothic?
one. Yeah.
I think I read today in Tim Anderson's honor they're going to wear them.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
They made the playoffs a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little renaissance there.
What was different from the jersey he's wearing in just about now?
Just read that they're going to wear the ones that,
They still wear them, though.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Or did they replace? I thought I saw them wear those and their Bulls ones.
Yeah, I'd have to check, but I could swear I read that they're going to wear those in honor of him.
Is he going to be there?
I guess so. I don't know if they're playing Cleveland or not. But we also have this. We have the NBA schedule coming out.
Now we're talking.
This week. Here
Jay,
we go.
Now we
get
find
tomorrow,
out.
The nationally televised games are supposed to be announced on Good Morning America. And then Thursday, we'll get the whole schedule. But you have people like Alan with connections, and they got leaks. So we may be hearing some things before the actual schedule is announced.
This is a big day. A big day for 21.5. A big day for Schmalen's parlay Thursday.
I hate that they stretch it out over a couple days. I understand why they do, but I hate it. Yeah. Just release the schedule.
No, I like it. I like leaks. Confirming the leaks. Can't confirm.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings we find out about Kings Christmas.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
I wouldn't think so.
The only way I would believe that it was going to happen is if the Wizards get a Christmas game, which sounds insane to say out loud because they got the first pick.
Yeah, that wouldn't be insane. But why would them getting the first pick mean the Kings would get one?
Because it would just say to me that was a holding spot for whoever got the first overall pick. Whoever got the first overall pick was going to have a good chance at playing on Christmas. And it just, the Kings didn't get close. But if the Wizards get it, okay, cool. So the Kings did have a shot. I still don't even know if the Kings would have had it because with the Wizards, you got Debanza, AD, Trey. That looks a lot different than Debanza, Sabonis, Keegan,
DeAndre Hunter.
Levine. Yeah. It was never going to happen. Brother. It was never going to happen. What was that, Whitey? A leaked drawing or a graphic you saw?
You saw it too, right?
You sent it to me.
Yeah. It was a leaked release supposedly of the Christmas jerseys. And one of them was like DeMar DeRozan's.
Jay, Christmas game. The 916, Jay.
Still a possibility.
Come home, Santa.
We'll find out tomorrow.
We will. I can tell you this. You want to bet?
I would hope, the one thing I'd hope for in the schedule is that the Kings don't get like they were last year, just hopelessly buried in the first 6 weeks of the season.
Flip it. For that 21 and a half, we need it light early. Light early.
And if not light, at least just not just oppressively heavy with Nuggets, Thunder, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Thunder.
Yeah, not a Death Star. How about that? You know what, though? And we'll talk about it throughout the week, of course. But just to even preview this right here, Whitey, I would say that this is very important for the Kings to have a soft start to the season because that would speak to an opportunity for your Domantas Sabonises and your Zach LaVines to play really well and a team be interested. If they're going up against really tough teams and the numbers ain't right, that hurts. And then you get it light after the trade deadline. Well, that doesn't help anybody. So I think, there's the 21 and a half, which I'm, obviously joking about. But in reality, if the Kings have a soft open, you could see their guys get off to a hot start and maybe a team is more willing to do business if Domantas Sabonis is in the conversation, as all-star. Zach LaVine, if you get the Grizzlies a lot and, some of these lesser teams a lot. I know there are not a lot of lesser teams in the West, but I'll take 6 games against the Pelicans again. I'll sign up for that right now. Right now, something like that. Hopefully they flip-flop it since the Kings had a rough start to the season last season. Maybe they get lucky this season. It would be, it would be refreshing.
I feel like I can't remember a year in which, and I know we still have a ways to go. There's still some things to be sorted out with a roster. I don't expect the Kings to be very good, but I don't really have a very clear idea of what they're going to be this year. This is one of the years which I'm more uncertain about how good they're going to be than I think I've ever been. I'm not saying there's a lot of variance there. I do think it's getting a little overly optimistic to start talking about, playoffs or even playing. It's certainly possible, but this team, they don't look like they're very good, but I don't know what they're going to be this year.
Yeah. You're not certain that they're going to be. I've heard Dave and others say, hey, they're going to be terrible, right? Or it's not going to be a good year. It's going to be a bad year. You're not convinced that they're going to be awful.
I think there's a realistic chance that they're not.
So you think that 21 and a half is easy, buddy?
Could be. Do you agree with me, or am I just?
I agree that I'm not
too hard to be optimistic.
No, because you're not saying they're going to make the play-in or the playoffs. You're just saying I don't know that they're going to be as bad as Vegas and every other outlet thinks they're going to be.
If the veterans play well, if Domas plays well, if Acuff is anything, I mean that's easily like a 33-win team, right? At least.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's not
again,
much.
To keep it realistic, Domas bounce back season. We won't even do the Keegan leap stuff. We don't even have to do that. But he just play, right? Domas bounces back to a normal Domas season, okay? Keegan just plays basketball. Zach LaVine, it is a contract year, right? If all these guys, we said this about DeAndre.
Ben Simmons is going to be good for what, 8 and 8 and 8?
Yeah, quadruple. If all these guys just play to their averages, they should be better. The 21.5 should be easy money. I don't know, play-in, if we want to have a conversation about play-in, but if DeAndre Hunter, prior to last season, where he bounced around and kind of struggled, I think it was at 17 points per game. That's why the Cavs went and got him. So you have DeAndre Hunter. You have, like we said, Domas, Zach LaVine, those guys. Malik is Malik. We truly don't know what we're going to get from A-Cup, but we feel like he's not going to be bad. So you put all that in a pot, and, it should be a more fun viewing experience than last season.
Aaron says it's been years since we've seen a favorable start of the schedule for the Kings in 11th. North says everyone thinks their team can get to 30 wins.
I don't know about Pelicans fans think their team can get to 30.
I don't know. There aren't any. That's the thing.
That's why Bill Simmons trying to get them out of New Orleans. He said that, But, yeah, 30, most teams or most people feel like their team can get to 30. I don't know that, but that's the thing. I'm not saying you said 33. I just know they're going to win more than 21 games. I don't know. That could be 22. But I don't know about 30. I just know they're going to win more than 20.
I think Norman Powell actually speaks for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
He says when he says of his Bulls, we could be pretty good, but we could be really bad.
Yeah. Again, for them, my guy, Matas, if he takes a leap, Caleb's Caleb, Giddey, there's no reason for Norman Powell on the positive end to say, the pieces are there if the front office made the right decisions and they continue to develop, the pieces are there. But if Matas is plateaued and Giddey, who's probably still only 24 now, maybe 25, what's he doing? So he has a better shout, I think, just because they're younger, right? With the Kings, it's more about, somehow it's still about fit. We still don't know how all this stuff fits together.
If A-Cuff's going to be anything close to the player that Kings are hoping he'll be, we should know that by December, shouldn't we? I know there are players like, for example, Tyrese Maxey. He's a really good player. I think he averaged 8 points a game as a rookie. So you do have to be patient in some cases, but he was drafted. He was a late first-round pick, right?
Yeah, same with Brunson.
Yeah.
Second round.
Yeah, exactly. So is that fair to say? If A-Cuff's going to be anything close to the player the Kings are hoping he'll be, we will know that by Christmas.
We will have a better idea. I don't know that I would say it like that. I would just say by Christmas we should have seen some flashes. And maybe we're saying the same thing. If we haven't seen any flashes, it'll be rough.
Yeah, well, we're not saying the same thing. You're right. Yours is a little more measured than what I'm saying, and you probably have the right of it, because I want to say that and I want to believe that, but as I'm saying it, I'm thinking back to some of the players like the ones we just mentioned who it hasn't always been the case with.
Yeah. The other part is, too, and I know that Brendan hopped on the MGP, the Matt George podcast, and they were talking about the type of offense that they'll run.
You ever been on that podcast?
I don't know.
I think I was on there once. Last time I was invited, I wasn't able to be on there.
I think I was invited. I don't know if I've actually done it,
I think that's it. If you get invited and you, for whatever reason, say no,
hey,
you are never going to get invited again. That's it.
It's a problem.
Sorry, I had to have my foot removed. Oh, well, I don't care what. You're gone. Never getting invited back.
Are you saying no to me?
My house blew up. Sorry, I can't make it. Well, then you're never getting invited back on my podcast.
You were still cutting your tree down.
Yeah.
Tree's more important than me, than the MGP?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a no.
Yep.
But I think he asked me early on when he came on over here, and I was busy, whatever, and it's been donezo.
Meanwhile, like Chris Watkins is on there and Brendan.
Every other week?
Yeah.
I might have done one. I got
Sonia.
The BR guys.
Yeah. That's cool.
I think I was on once. I can't recall.
I mean, Jose, it's a little like, what are we doing? That's fine. That's fine.
Brendan says, pointed out the main stylistic differences between the Beam team and next season's version of the Kings. Could definitely replicate certain aspects, though. So, and then the question that was asked in the pod is, can this year's Kings team run the Beam team offense? So I bring that up because it could take a couple months to see Acuff. If Domas has the ball way more than you think, than I think, then that could change. And then Zach LaVine trying to get cashed out.
Yeah.
Like we don't know.
If
so
Barry Acuff is your guy, here you go. Here's the keys. Wait, we're giving 2 of the keys to Domas.
Right.
But the rest of the keys are yours.
And then here's a key for LaVine because we need to trade him.
Yeah.
So I think that's the issue. On other teams, your December call-out might be right. You could probably say that about Caleb. The Bulls ain't doing, the Bulls don't have any vets to defer to or guys that they're in the midst of, hey, we need a trade. It's very clear-cut. The Kings, it's clear-cut that they want to move on from these guys, but they need these guys to play well. That's what I've always said about Domas. Whoever that goes and gets him, do they want him to do the Domas thing, or are they going to lessen that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't see a team bringing a contender wanting the ball to be in Domas's hands as much as it was Beam team season. So you might as well. So I don't think it'll be in his hands that as much, but it could still be enough to where it hinders Acuff a little bit.
I'm with you. I know that's something that was being talked a lot about on the station last week, and I saw a little bit of it, between trips to the beach and pineapple smoothies and everything. But I thought, well, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. Why would you run the offense through Domas? Well, because you want to maximize Domas. Yeah, but you've drafted a guy so that you could run the offense through him.
Right.
Yeah. And to your point about the way they did it during the Beam team, that would be like 3/4 of the DHOs through Domas, and then Duren, take over. And he did. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that works with a rookie.
Your time, Acuff.
Uh-huh.
Go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're in a different spot than some of these other teams, for sure.
Yeah, the other big story in the NBA, what in the world is going on with Kawhi? What he appears to think is going to happen when we come back. Also, all of a sudden, the A's grabbed the baseball world's attention. We'll look at that, too, with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Sactownsports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. Sactownsports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either, because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
There she goes, our baby.
Are we ready for this?
You added her to your AAA auto policy. With 24/7 claim support, she's covered.
Our AAA agent, you're here too?
We're always here for you. Visit AAA.com/insurance to get a quote today.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
We mentioned that Tim Anderson is retired, former Chicago White Sox. And yeah, he's going to be honored by the White Sox on September 17th, and the team will wear its original Southside City Connect uniforms. So that's what they'll be wearing. Also, from the Chicago Sun-Times, it says that today, Tim Anderson, who announced his retirement, was the face of mental health. Face for mental health. He said, it gives me anxiety just talking about baseball. I want to be as open as I can, but the game brought a lot of pain, a lot of great moments, but there definitely was a lot of dark moments. I lost a lot of people, and it just goes to the point where I really couldn't enjoy it, end quote.
Man.
Tim Anderson. So that apparently is also one of the reasons why his career just came to an end. He just ceased to be a good player.
I mean, it's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, that must have been prior to, I don't know if that's prior to the incident or after the incident. Not to get too far into it either, but he had some stuff go on in his personal life.
Yes.
Yeah. As far as relationships and things like that. So it was polarizing dude.
Yeah.
Polarizing dude.
And a lot of it is baseball is just relentless, right? You guys know it better than I do. You could be really good one day, and then the game decides, nope, you're no good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
More so, I think, than in any other sport.
Well, I mean, things can change so quickly, and you adjust to the adjustment to the adjustment to the adjustment, and it can be rough. It can be rough. But he had a good run, 10 years.
I want to take a moment to acknowledge what the A's did this weekend. The A's, turns out they're still playing, and they grabbed the baseball world's attention They beat the Red Sox 2 out of 3 in Boston, and the A's became the first team to win a series from the Red Sox since July 1st.
I thought you were going to bring up the GM.
I did too. I was I think that was more of the bigger.
That was yesterday's news or last week's news, right?
Yes.
That was terrible. It was awful. It was a good general manager.
I thought he was pretty solid.
Yeah. Mutual parting, supposedly. But I think Ken Rosenthal said
Rosenthal
it
said
was not
no.
mutual.
He was fired.
Yeah. So the A's beat the Red Sox, and your guy, Jacob Wilson, 111 consecutive errorless games at shortstop, and that's a record.
The dude can play.
Yeah.
The dude can play.
The great Ken Korak pointed out on Twitter, or X, he said that's a remarkable achievement, but he said, I think Mike Bordick had the old record. Ken Korak pointed out when Mike Bordick played, there were a lot more ground balls than there are now. And I had not thought of that.
Come on, man.
No, he said Jacob Wilson's phenomenal, but he pointed out, he said the game has changed. There were a lot more ground balls. And I had never thought of that.
I did not. I didn't know. I knew you were going to say something about how the game has changed.
Ken
I
Korak
did not.
loves them both. He was a great A's announcer. He's not taking a shot at anybody. He's just
What are the
pointing out.
numbers, Ken? What are the numbers?
Okay. I just appreciated learned observer of the game pointing that out to me.
A little borderline.
I get it, but
because he doesn't have any reason to take a shot at Jacob Wilson.
Little reachy.
We may have to get him on.
Do it. Hey,
a little borderline, Whitey.
Is now the time,
Really?
Ken?
Yeah.
It's now the time.
There's no reason why he would do that.
Is he going to get what happens when your boy Leo is ready? What happens?
Leo ain't playing shortstop.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Leo's not?
No,
maybe.
No, I doubt that.
Yeah.
And have them Jack Wilson hands.
Not if Jacob Wilson's there.
Let's give Jacob Wilson.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. More grounders in the minors.
I just say it's the timing of it.
I get that.
Let Jacob get it off.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, we got on some sports TV. Every time I see the number 5, I get a jump scare for the Niners. I thought Trey Lance was running routes.
Wow. Talk about hating. Jay.
No.
Whoa.
I looked
you need
up.
to play that again.
I looked up and I thought,
out
is this
of nowhere?
Is this throwback? No, it was throwback.
That's 15 yards.
No, I thought it was throwback. Shout out Trey.
Going way out of your way to take that shot.
No, I literally thought, is this? When did I miss this?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Trey area.
Sorry, I brought that up. About the great Mike Bordick.
Yeah, you started it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on, man. Jacob's doing his thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I happened to throw out on X after the A's fired the GM, just that question that we had before I went to Maui about, is this really worked out for anybody, this whole A's and Sacramento thing? And it got a lot of responses.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Dave even, I think, used it on his show today, but that's fine.
Well, good. He needed it. Last time, J-Ross is out for 2 weeks, so we basically are going to help do Dave's show.
Mm-hmm.
For the next 2 weeks.
You supply the material for 60% of the
station.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
But all of the different things that we have talked about with the A's, what I thought you were going to say, because no major league field has infield, the turf on the infield, right? There is all dirt. Because in college, what I thought you were going to say, Whitey, is there definitely, and Jay, you could speak to this, there are definitely guys that get to play on turf that have never seen a bad hop in the infield, and then you could get drafted or you could go to a team or college that does not have a turf infield. Mm-hmm. It's different.
Very.
But I don't think Major League, they don't have turf in the infield. Like, there's some places that are just legitimately
there used to be.
It's a football field, but
some of the domes have to?
But I'm saying where the dirt is. There's nowhere that doesn't have dirt.
Here is what he posted, Ken Korak. 111 straight errorless games for Jacob Wilson is a well-earned MLB mark, consistency, and far more than just routine plays with his range and arm, like today in the third on Rafaela. Mike Bordick was great and fielded more chances, but the game is different now with fewer ground balls. You play the cards you're dealt, and Jacob has played them flawlessly. See?
Yeah.
Got an issue with that?
No issue.
Jay does.
How about this? How about we bring the numbers for Mike Bordick's streak up to see how many how many balls were hit to him versus Jacob Wilson. But the way he said it, no, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Somebody's comment. Wonder what team he ends up on about Jacob Wilson.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
There's a lot of hate being thrown around everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. The A's have historically been farm system for many teams, especially the Yankees over the years.
Go get him, Giants.
Especially.
We need a guy. We'll give you Adames. Adames do well at Sutter Health Park.
Oh, don't criticize his work ethic.
Oh, my goodness. The Chronicle piece. They let one reporter in there to watch his intense pregame workout or whatever routine. You know, we struggled with this, and now it's a whole back thing, right? He's missed only 5 games all season. He's played horribly, right? He's played in 113 games. The Giants have played 118 games. So now we're going to start running out this stuff about his back. And I'm not even saying, if his back ain't great, his back ain't great. But why are you not sitting out? It's one thing if you're balling, but why are you insisting? So you're one of the worst shortstops defensively in the league, but your back hurts too much to work with Ron Washington to improve, but not too much to go out there and continue to play bad shortstop.
This segment brought to you by Haterade.
No, I'm trying to figure it out.
Wow.
So did we absolve everything this season because Willie has had a bad back? I don't know.
But on that theme, I'll just add this. Buster Posey trades some guys that he had to trade, and he gets some pretty good prospects. And all of a sudden, Buster's a genius. What is that about?
No, it ain't me. Man, look what he turned it into. What? We don't know if any of these dudes are going to play in the big leagues.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you. I just hate when people, did he do well? Sure. Could he have done worse? Sure. But I hate when people give kudos for somebody doing their job, right? Buster, these guys were expiring, and he almost missed out. The Luis Ariz deal almost fell through. But I just hate when we sit there and we give kudos to somebody for doing their job. You did your job well, great. We can say Buster did a good job, and he brought in more than we expected. But now we're just going to forget the fact that they've had to be sellers for 2 years in a row? Now we forget all that? Or that they didn't move anybody from the big three? And here's the other part, Whitey. Adames got a bad back. He's in year 2 of a 7-year deal. He gets paid $13 million this year.
Yeah, but they got Miguel Mendez from the Padres.
And what's his name? John Yell, my new one.
Yeah.
John Yell.
He actually might be pretty good.
Yeah, he's 17. We like John Yell. Hey, by the time Willie's contract is up, one of these shortstops got to be ready. Mm-hmm. But, man, Buster really did his job there. Give me a break. Man, he traded Robbie Ray.
Well, that took a dark turn. But here we are. When we come back, Brock Purdy has a new nickname. Maybe you can explain to me what's going on with Brock Purdy and where he ranks on the quarterback tiers. Did he do well? I haven't seen him yet. That's coming up on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents as local but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Need a reason to hit the range this week? Well, Hagen Oaks has too. Monday nights are happy hour all night long with special pricing on hot dogs and ice cold beer while you hit balls under the lights. Then Thursday, join the new Top Tracer competition nights. Play Pebble Beach, compete in closest to the pin, long drive, and more with fun interactive games for every skill level. Grab your friends and make Hagen Oaks your weeknight destination. Visit HagenOaks.com for more details. Hagen Oaks Driving Range, more games, more laughs, more reasons to play.
Progressive knows that for business owners, vacations hit different. But hey, at least you finally took a vacation. And look at that. You only answered 53 calls, 84 emails, onboarded one new hire, and covered for Chris while he's out on paternity leave, and you did it all from a kayak. Because you, my friend, know how to relax. All right, you may not know how to take a day off, but you do know both your personal and business auto insurance needs can be covered in one place with Progressive. So at least that's relaxing, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free. Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam.
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center this weekend. Brought to you by BKD Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Specially priced Saturday tickets available.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Before we get to Brock Purdy, here's what we think is going on with Kawhi Leonard. There's been another story reported by Pablo Torre, apparently another illicit arrangement between the Clippers and their scoreboard sponsor, their scoreboard maker, and Kawhi Leonard. So now it looks like, so the NBA has more to look into. Meanwhile, according to reports, as you may have seen, Kawhi Leonard apparently feels like, I'm going to be going to Toronto, and they'll have this wrapped up by the time camp starts. It looks like the NBA has the Clippers and Steve Ballmer red-handed, but is trying to figure out how to handle it without causing too many problems.
Right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
They want to handle it not in terms of making sure justice is served, but they want to make sure they don't ruffle Steve Ballmer's feathers or cause any problems for the league long term.
Well, that was it was basically, they want something that Steve Ballmer is going to be okay with.
Yeah. So they're going to try to blame, I think he's partially responsible, Kawhi Leonard's uncle, right? So it's almost like there's an effort. Well, he's the one. It wasn't even Kawhi's fault. It was his uncle that caused all these problems.
Yeah, he's gonna have
his uncle, the commissioner of the NBA? No.
Yeah, he's gonna have to probably fall on the sword for a lot of this. But what does that mean? What do you just ban the uncle?
Yeah,
I don't know. What do you even say?
Did the uncle blackmail these teams into agreeing to these deals?
Yeah.
That just doesn't pencil out.
Yeah, what can you even say, or how can you even...
I got the Raptors and the Lakers saying, they made some demands that are against the rules, and we said, no, we're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Clippers were like, yes, we'll do even more than that.
Yeah.
So the hammer has to come down quickly and firmly.
Well, you know what? It's probably not even a matter of not thinking that you would get away with it or thinking you would get away with it. It's probably just a matter of we are pretty certain, or we are willing to take this chance because this is such a good situation for us to finally win a championship. And if they had won a championship with Kawhi and Paul George, with what's going on right now, they probably wouldn't care less. I don't know how much they care now, but that was the whole idea. We might get caught on this eventually, but if we get a championship, then it's worth it. The problem is they didn't get one. They didn't even get particularly close. Mm-hmm. And now the chickens are coming home to roost.
We used to see this with suspensions, discipline against players. Teams and leagues didn't discipline players because they actually wanted to punish them. They wanted to do it to show sponsors and fans that, look, we're actually socially responsible. They didn't actually want to do anything. Mm-hmm. And now we're seeing that all the way up to the league levels, to the commissioner's offices, like we saw with the Astros. And they, you're going to strip them of the World Series championship trophy? Oh, no, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, literally said, it's just a hunk of metal. So they don't want to do anything. And now that's where the NBA and Adam Silver are. They don't want to have to do anything. And they realize, well, we have to do something. And they're just trying to smooth it over as best they can and sweep it under the rug as best they can. And I'm sure they're not happy that, and thank goodness we have journalists like Pablo Torre who are pointing out that, no, actually, this is what happened. And what the league is telling us is very disingenuous. So what are they going to do?
Whatever they do at this point, I think they're going to come back and say, people will say, well, that's not enough. Why did you do anything at all? But if you're Adam Silver, I don't care. I just want this thing to be over with. Mm-hmm. Now, I guess the biggest issue would be if it comes up again, with somebody else. He has to find a way, very similar to how much time they spent on this tanking stuff. He has to find a way to kind of set a line on, if you break these rules and we find out, this is what's going to happen. Because trying to, either it's going to fall on the team and you say, hey, these players drive this league. So, of course, they're going to, if they want to ask for stuff, they can do that. It's on the teams and the owners to not give it to them.
Yes.
That's how you should look at it. So that's why I don't think Kawhi is going to get any punishment, because we don't know how many people have asked for certain things. We don't know how many people have gotten certain things. What we do know is when a team says yes or no. Well, we know that when somebody gets caught. So for the Clippers to say, yes, we will break the rules for you, I think it's more so on the team to keep a competitive balance in the form of circumventing the cap than the player.
Well, if I'm the NBA and I'm looking at it, I realize from the NBA standpoint, we don't have anything to gain by disciplining Kawhi Leonard. He's an asset for us. People like to watch him play. If he's on the floor, that's good for us. The issue is if you have any of your member clubs, and if I was a small market team, I'd be going, hey, this is wrong. Mm-hmm. It is hard enough for us to compete as it is without the guy who has the most money breaking all the rules. What are we going to do about that? If the member clubs are all somehow in agreement that we'll take care of you, that it's best for the league just not to get upset about this, then they'll try to sweep it under the rug. But I have to think and hope that some of the smaller market teams, Kings among them, they're going to go, no way, no, we can't let this go.
Mm-hmm. But
this makes what we're trying to do too hard, and it's in direct violation of all the rules that we have set up to make the league as competitive and as fair and as balanced as we can have it.
Do you just take away a second-round draft pick and keep it pushing? Is that what you do? 2027, we have vacated the Clippers' 2027 second-round draft pick.
If I'm the Clippers and that's all they do, I would feel like, whew, okay, that's fine. I bet you Ballmer would push back on that. It sounds like his whole approach here is, we didn't do anything. Yeah. You can't punish us.
I'm just trying to think. Money doesn't matter to him. They can't fine him enough. That would make sense. Mm-hmm. So the only thing they could do, they fine him, say you are fined $2 million and you lose your second round.
It's got to be at least a first rounder, doesn't it? I mean, if we're trying to be fair, it's got to be at least a first round pick.
These guys are circumventing the cap. Somehow they got a higher pick than the Kings. How's that happen?
That's why it's got to be a first pick.
Yeah.
And I would venture to say, and I don't know how they would be able to do this, if you've circumvented the cap by spending extra money, maybe we should be able to take a little bit of money from you in the fact of what you can utilize. Because Ballmer's going to pay whatever. You put $100 million, he's going to throw that out there. But if you're talking about what you can use versus your cap, where it's like you're penalized $20 million on your cap, that's how you start to make it make sense and penalize people to be like, oh, wait a minute, that's a little different move.
And I think if it were Commissioner Stern, he would probably strip them of at least 3 first rounders.
I think so, too, a couple.
Yeah. I'm not saying that was better or worse, but back then, he didn't fool around with that stuff. And now it's more like, well, what are we going to do? We don't want to upset any of our member clubs, especially got all the money. Oh, Commissioner Stern to bring the hammer down on them.
3?
Yes. He's the guy that told the Lakers, no, you can't have Chris Paul.
Maybe they do 1.
They have to do at least 1.
Yeah.
Or it's a joke. And even that is pretty, based on what we think we know, even that would be a pretty light penalty, I think. Oh, you, Jay? I mean, all things considered.
I'm looking for the SMU death penalty on that.
Yes.
You got to make for, we're all parents. You're getting ready to go through it quite a bit here. Alan, you're going to have to put your feet in the ground and stand on some certain things. If Adam Silver doesn't, then he's going to get ran over. I think most people feel like he's getting ran over anyway, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think the conversation becomes, I don't want to deal with this again. So I'm going to make an example out of you so that I don't have to do this again. Because if everybody is too scared to get caught, right? Because hey, we can't afford to lose 2 firsts, or we can't afford to lose this or that, then it won't happen again. But a first rounder, hey, again, to the point that I started with, if this gets us Kawhi and we win a championship, it's the same thing as trading a first, Whitey. We'll trade a first. If we get caught in 3 years after a championship, yeah, I'll give up a first at that point. But giving up 3? No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Find him the money. This is from 2 Up the Middle. Find him the money he would have had to pay for being over the cap and disperse it among the teams who would have gotten it, plus the draft picks. Yeah, just more draft picks.
Yeah.
Just more.
The money for Steve Ballmer, I mean, I understand it. You're trying to make a financial penalty and you're trying to, settle down the other owners. But I mean, that $50 million to Steve Ballmer? Not counting his pockets. Man, what do you want me to send that in? Right. You want me to sell that to you guys right now? No problem. I got you.
There you go.
I hit you with a quick sell right now to everybody. Who's that? $12 million each team? Here you go.
Yeah.
$7 million. Here you go.
That's in his couch.
That's chump change.
Guys, what's it going to cost for this to just all go away?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
I think your multiple first rounders isn't going to fly. I think what's realistic is that Adam Silver comes out and says,
second round.
No, okay, but now we're finding a middle ground here. And Adam Silver just says the Clippers will not draft in 2027. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
You just don't have a draft pick. You don't have any. It might only be 1 year, but the Clippers will not have a draft pick in 2027. Those will be vacated. That is, to me, is realistic. Stern and 3 picks, that ain't happening. You can't, Adam. It's not happening, and Adam wouldn't be the one. He ain't doing that.
No, he wouldn't. But I'm telling you, Stern would have done that. At least that. David Stern would have done at least that.
Yeah. No pick in 2027. Keep it pushing.
What did he have to look and see what the penalty was for the Timberwolves in the Joe Smith deal? Where they were, and they just signed him. They were going to sign him anyway, maybe, but they think they tampered with him. David Stern came down hard on them.
Adam is not doing all that.
No, you're probably right. When we come back, where do the Kings rank among the Russell Westbrook Final Four? We will tackle that, dive into that. Coming back, Drive Guys, don't go away.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Are the Kings in the Russell Westbrook Final Four? Sports Illustrated says they are. We'll look at the other teams that could be involved and figure out what the Kings should do. Should the Kings even be in the Russell Westbrook sweepstakes? Before we get to that, we were just talking about Kawhi Leonard and what the NBA may do and what Commissioner Stern would do if he were still around. And so for a point of reference, I looked it up. You may have already known this, Jay, because I know you know Joe Smith, and we've had Joe Smith on the show. Joe Smith, following the 99-2000 season, it was discovered that Joe Smith was involved in a salary cap evading scandal involving Timberwolves owner Glenn Taylor and general manager Kevin McHale. So the punishment, sanctions on the Timberwolves organization included the forfeiture of 5 first-round picks and a $3.5 million fine. Owner Glenn Taylor and Kevin McHale were punished as well, and Smith had to start anew as his latest contract with the Timberwolves was voided. So that's David Stern justice right there. 5 first-rounders and a fine.
That's more like it. Now we're talking here.
So you know why some of us, older heads around here, when you say, how about a second rounder? We kind of recoil at that.
Well,
you may be right, though. That might be all it is.
Right. We have to figure out who Adam Silver is going to be. This is where your job really, when everything is quiet, I get it, when you don't hear from them, that's means everything is in working order. But this is where you really earn your paycheck a little bit if you're Adam Silver, when things that are outside of the norm happen.
Yeah. This sounds like it's worse than that. Now I want 5 first-rounders. Right, Jay?
You could want it.
I mean, there's a precedent. Again, the small market teams need to go to Adam Silver and say, look, we have a precedent for this.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves did something that wasn't quite as nefarious as this. Is 5 first-rounders. So that's the starting point.
Well, the other thing, too, is kind of reminds me of Barry Bonds, right? Talking about left-handed hitters earlier. Barry saying, I don't know what I took, right? And he still is not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what I took. I didn't purposely
I think he eventually said, and this was sealed grand jury testimony, so we shouldn't know. I think he said he took steroids but didn't know he took them at the time.
Sure.
I think that's what he said.
Right.
Yeah. But
right.
again, that's under sealed testimony.
Right.
We shouldn't even know that.
Yeah. The Clippers thing, hey, well, we didn't know that, who was handling the money, or we didn't know we were getting swindled. We thought this was all legit.
Uh-huh.
They can say that, but Adam can still say, okay, but you still broke the rules, even if you're claiming that you didn't know you broke them.
Right.
So Steve Ballmer saying, because we didn't know, it absolves us, that's not normally how it goes.
Well, I think the basis of their argument has already crumbled here because based on what we think we know, haven't been in the meetings, Steve Ballmer was saying, no, we were swindled by aspiration.
Right.
We were the one. It was a scam on us. We're the victims. And now, based on the new reporting, you've got, you did the same thing with this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah. Are you just saying you want to admit you're an idiot? It's like, yes, I'm very dumb. I'm very dumb. So that's the problem. But even still, you would still get punished, I think, in both situations. If this crumbles, now it just turns into, I know you're Steve Ballmer, one of the most powerful people in the world. Do you ever admit it, or do you just, some things, Jay, you just take to the grave. I'm taking it. I'm taking it to the grave.
It's so disingenuous. We're stern.
Right.
Again, for better or worse. You did that, boom, you're penalized, we move on. And now the NBA is like, well, we know you did that, but, it looks bad for us if we penalize you, so we've got to make it look like we care, but we really don't want to penalize you. It's disgusting.
Just do it. And Adam should just say, this is what happened. I don't care if you think you did anything wrong or not. This is what was found. You circumvented the cap knowingly, unknowingly. This is what you now have to serve. Bing, bam, boom, and you'll be done once it's up. That's it. We don't need we don't need an explanation, Steve.
Yeah. At some point, it's better for everybody if we just whoosh. There's your punishment. I know it's harsh, but okay. Now we move on.
Let's all move on. Yeah.
So Kawhi gets out scot-free?
I think so.
No, what'd they do with Joe Smith? He had to start over. It's like his contract was voided. Yeah, I could see that. Then the union's going to get involved. But okay, David Stern wouldn't back down. Oh, no, the union's going to get involved. Oh, no.
Then he gets a bigger contract.
Yeah, maybe.
Then he gets a bigger deal.
Then the Timberwolves, not the Timberwolves, the Raptors going to be, wait, now we're getting screwed twice.
Right.
We traded for him. We couldn't sign him because we wouldn't give him the illegal deal. Now we trade for him, and now you're saying we can't have him.
Well, that's a good point, right? The sign-in, not to get too in the weeds, the sign-in trade stuff would still probably save him from having to go to a bad team or not being able to get his paper. But in theory, without people having cap space, if you removed his contract, it would put him in a tough spot, in theory.
Yeah.
If Adam said, and you cannot be a part of a sign-in trade.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Commissioner Silver, got to wrap this thing up. There's got to be no question that you have acted fairly and harshly.
Your contract
is a real violation.
Your contract is voided. You are not allowed to be a part of a sign and trade. So then you can't get that money back.
And Uncle Dennis, no courtside seats for you.
Stay far away.
What if they ban him for like a year from the NBA or something?
Uncle D?
I have a hard time. Look, I know he asked for things he shouldn't ask for.
Sure.
I have a hard time blaming it on Uncle Dennis.
We all got an uncle who's
yeah.
gonna.
Hey, give him that. No, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that. You know?
Alan, you should ask for this too.
Yeah.
You know, we all got an Uncle Dennis.
Oh, it wasn't our fault. It was Uncle Dennis.
The mastermind.
Yeah. This is from Blake Silverman, SI.com. Russell Westbrook landing spots 4 NBA teams that could use a veteran point guard. First in the Final Four, according to Blake Silverman, the Sacramento Kings, the most logical and realistic destination for Westbrook another year with the Kings. Let's go over the other teams, and then we'll circle back. Miami Heat? I don't really see that. Detroit Pistons? Yeah, right. And the Washington Wizards. We have heard that the Wizards may be interested in Russell Westbrook. Again, going back to ESPN's story today on the top remaining available free agents, Anthony Slater said the Kings would have interest. They're just not sure whether Russell Westbrook would have interest in a reduced role, which I think is the key. To me, that tells me if they really are concerned that Russell Westbrook would not be comfortable with his role here, to me, it's like, that's a deal breaker. And to me, that's what I heard Scott Perry saying at his last press conference when he said, we like Russ. He outperformed his contract, but we only have the minimum available. And, you know, to me, it's like, there's no there.
Yeah. I mean, with what came out from Anthony Slater, with finally somebody talking about the playing time aspect, now it feels like this thing is done. Unless Russ changes his mind and says, oh no, actually, I'm willing to play less minutes, but I need it to be the most straightforward thing. Don't leave anything open. Well, maybe something, it's between 15 and 25. No, I need it to be like Jeff Teague said when he found out from his coach, hey, you will only play 18 a game. I need them to say to Russ, whatever number that is, it's not changing. It's not.
Yeah.
And Russ needs to know that. Doug needs to know that. Everybody needs to know that.
Here again is exactly what Anthony Slater wrote on this. He says the Kings, his most recent team, remain open to a reunion, team sources said, but are also understanding that Westbrook might not be as interested in playing a reduced role behind prize rookie Darius Acuff Jr.
Yeah.
I think I know of Russ, and I don't know Russ. Just to be clear, I do not know him, but I don't think he'd be very interested in that. A reduced role behind a rookie.
And at the time, right, where they're doing the exit interviews, nobody knew what was going to happen. And that's important. What if the Kings did get DeBonsa? What if the Kings did get Caleb Wilson?
Yeah.
What if the Kings got Cam Boozer? That would have been completely different because they still would have needed a point guard. Everything, and so when Russ came out and, hey, they're like family and you never know what could happen, and the Kings side also echoing similar, cookie crumbs and things like that. That all changed once the Kings dropped in the draft, and it was pretty clear they were taking a point guard. So it's not to say that how Russ felt about things or the Kings that anything changed, but once the Kings ended up getting a point guard, that changed where Russ's playing time or what Russ's playing time was going to look like.
Yeah, both things can be true. He was phenomenal last year. Did some great things for the team on the court, off the court, things that most of us aren't even privy to. At the same time, that was last year, and this year everything's different, and it's just not a fit.
No.
For anybody.
No.
For him, for the team, for anybody.
Yeah. The thing about the Russ conversation is he could claim that it's a fit, and we also don't know if any team is a fit for Russ.
Right.
For what he may want. Like that explanation that they gave about the Kings, that could be every other team in the NBA when it comes to Russ.
Yeah, you're right. If Russ were to come in and say, you know what, I would love the reduced role. I will do that. I understand what you need. Okay, that would change the equation. I have a hard time imagining he would do that, but that would change everything.
I don't. Right. Well, the only reason it would change is if there's no other team that says anything different, right? If every team says, hey, you're going to take a reduced role, maybe he says, well, I like Sacramento, close to LA, I'll just do that here. I already have a relationship. I'll just do that here. So that's how this thing can change. It's based on who else out there has interest and what level.
What do you think of the other teams on that list?
Well, that's what I was going to say, because how many minutes is he playing on the Wizards? How many minutes is he playing on the Heat? I think the Heat, just because who's got to beat out Davion?
Giannis and Davion will assume the lion's share of ball handling duties. The other glaring need of the new-look Miami roster is three-point shooting after Tyler Hero was included in the big trade and Norman Powell went to the Bulls. I don't see Russ helping there.
No. Respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
Not the way
very respectfully.
Not the way they need.
Mm-hmm.
Not the way they need. They need to go get Luke Kennard or somebody. That's the type of shooting that they're looking for.
Yeah, this says, again, SI, the Heat must add impactful rotation players on veteran minimum deals, and Westbrook fits the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit Pistons, not seeing it. Wizards, I could see how that could work out. And, of course, he was there before.
Yeah, the Wizards, I think you could even play him with Trey a little bit if you wanted. So that one makes sense to me. They got to figure out their stuff with AD. But that one probably makes the most sense. I think it really just turns into the same thing with the Kings, right? DeBonsa probably going to have the ball in his hand a good bit. So now you have Trae Young, who has the ball in his hand a good bit. DeBonsa, who has the ball in his hand a good bit. You got to make sure that AD gets fed. So Russ, now, but that's the difference. Is Russ not trying to take a reduced role on a bad team, or is he trying to not take a reduced role, period? Because maybe, hey, I'll go to the Wizards and take a reduced role because we're probably going to be in the playoffs. But I'm not taking kind of like the DeMar coming off the bench thing. But I'm not going to take a reduced role in Sacramento.
Now, here in our studio, there's actually looks like the carpet is worn in some places from where Carmichael Dave apparently was taking some kind of cockamamie victory lap today over the Ben Simmons speculation. And I heard Dave, I listen to Dave's show every day. And Dave was saying, I've been saying for years that they should get Ben Simmons. So the report is now that there's a Western Conference team that has issued a training camp invite to Ben Simmons. So I was right all along. I don't know that he was ever right. I don't remember him saying before today that he would have brought in Ben Simmons this year. But I understand. I get it. Good for him. The question is, forget Dave for a moment, and who would ever want to do that?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
I
who
can't.
would ever want
Impossible.
to do that? Yeah. But Ben Simmons to the Kings, does it make a lick of sense? I say it does. I think Jay says it does not. Not to speak for you, Jay. Yeah. What does Alan Starr say?
I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever heard, but I'm not signing up for it if I don't have to. You know, my whole thing is he going to have some renaissance and now you're going to give him a 3-year deal, right? He's literally only there to hopefully play well and maybe keep you out of relegation. That's it. If he plays too well, he is not coming back to Sacramento. He's not. We know he's not. That's just not the type of cat he is. He needs to be at the Met. He needs to be at the Met Gala. He needs to be at Wimbledon. He needs to be at the U.S. Open. He needs to do all these things, and I don't feel like he can.
He does want to play for Australia in the
FIBA Olympics.
Yeah, what is the upcoming competition? He wants to play for the Australian men's basketball team.
So he's using the Kings as a tune-up.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of, the story is he wants to do both. He wants to play for Australia. He's at a player-led private mini camp for the Australian men's team, and he is eyeing a return to the NBA.
Yeah. I just think it's a pointless 1-year deal. Because if he doesn't play well, you didn't lose anything. Okay. But then tell me the upside.
He does hope to play for Australia in the 2028 Olympics.
Hey, I'm going to go Kyle Shanahan. We don't know. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. I'm not sitting here talking about 2028 Australian basketball with Ben Simmons. Okay? At that point, what? He'll be 32, something like that?
Yeah, he's 30 now.
So to me,
3 straight All-Star nods
When
from
you
2019 to 2021. NBA third team. All NBA third team in 2020.
When you
2
have
all-defensive first-team selections.
When was that, Whitey?
Defense.
Who was president?
It was 20. I think it was the same guy as the president now, isn't it?
Second
No,
go, first go
no.
round.
It depends where we're talking here. 2020, 2021. Yeah.
Look, when you're talking about grabbing somebody that's buy low, okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. But buy low and turn and blossom into something. Precious Achua, you ended up keeping him for this season.
Mm-hmm.
Other guys where you buy low. But buying low,
all-league third-team honors does Precious Achua have?
buying low only really makes sense to me if you're feeling like this could blossom into something. It's not going to blossom into anything with Ben Simmons because if he plays well, he might. Imagine Ben Simmons comes in, plays well, and demands a trade. Imagine that. That would not surprise me one bit.
You had me at imagine Ben Simmons comes here and plays well. You had me at that. That'd be great.
Then he says, get me out of here, get me to a contender. And if that doesn't happen, he leaves at the end of the season because teams are going to be salivating over him.
I'm going to tell you why Sacramento's a perfect fit. All right? Will you keep an open mind here as I tell you this?
It's a perfect fit because he has nothing else right now.
That's not why. There's more to the story. In December 2025, Ben Simmons, avid fisherman, purchased a 50% majority stake in the South Florida Sales Angling Club, which competes in the Sport Fishing Championship to become the team's controlling operator. Bottom line is, avid fisherman, Sacramento.
Legally?
People come from around the world to fish
Legally?
in Sacramento.
Illegally.
Salmon, talking sturgeon, once.
Little bluegill.
Yes. Steelhead, trout. Once Ben gets out there with Sep, Ken, he puts one line in the river, American River. I don't ever want to leave here.
I'm
Scott
home.
Berry. Yeah.
I'm home.
So Allen comes and takes a picture of him.
Let me see.
Hey, Ben, you can't. What are you doing? You can't fish there.
Ben, is your permit current? Can I just see that? Good to meet you.
Uh-huh. I saw this earlier, and I'd overlooked it, and I apologize for that.
Oh, my goodness.
That's probably why he accepted, if he did, the invite, training camp invite.
Got a lot going on, that guy.
Yeah.
You know, fishing, wants to get back, play for Australia. There's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
To me, we don't need distractions. Just focus on the dudes that you have, focus on getting younger, and just get into the season.
Well, Jay made what I thought was a really interesting point. I hadn't looked at it this way. And Jay and I are on different sides of this, but I agree with him. If I understood you right, Jay, you said, look, if he had interest, if Ben Simmons had interest, all right, I'll talk to him. But if he doesn't, I'm not campaigning to bring him in.
Trying to woo
I hadn't
him.
thought of it that way, and I agree with that 100%. But the thing is, the trick of it is, okay, I've got my culture I'm trying to build, and I've got my 6 pillars, and I've got this guy who in some ways has been contrary to many of those things, but he does have talent, and it's hard for me to get the talent. So do I even risk bringing him in, if that's an option, when a lot of what Ben Simmons has stood for flies in the face of what I say my organization is about?
Well, it's tough. And, try to remember the Ben Simmons timeline. Again, it was a long time ago. I think I was
just a few years
ago. I think I was
when
still in school at that point. But
he was rookie of the year. It was only, 8 years ago?
7 years ago. 8 years ago?
It was 8 years ago. Yeah.
To me,
he was a number 1 pick 10 years ago.
I don't like going into the direction of mentalities and things too much when we obviously don't know these people. But if it's more so about the injuries, Whitey, then, hey, he couldn't play. I think with Ben, we started to all get confused as to how much do you like playing? Are you trying to play? What's going on here?
He has not played more than 60 games in a season since 2018, 2019.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's not ideal. I'll give you that.
There's I don't see the upside. because he's just going to dip. If he plays well, if he doesn't play well, he gets cut. No harm, no foul, cool. If he plays well, unless you trade him, you'll just lose him for nothing. And if he has been playing well, if he's averaging 20 minutes a game, 25 minutes a game, you're taking reps from somebody who is under contract.
If he is interested, if he says, I want to play anywhere, I want to get back in the NBA. If you guys want me, I'd be interested in going to camp. If I'm the Kings, I would say, all right, we bring him to camp. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But the Kings are so bad defensively. I could see how he might help them. I think you can bring him to camp without really sacrificing or compromising any of your values. Just bring him to camp. If he comes to camp and it's not working out at all, it's like, even orange flags, like, yeah, it's not going to work out. We wish you the best.
I guess we could, I'll flip this into a positive. I guess we could say that the Kings are getting warmer, right? They went from 36-year-old Russ to 34-year-old Oladipo and now 30-year-old Ben. I mean, we're getting, that game, you're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. No, you're cold.
I like the Oladipo story a lot. I've always liked him as a player. Him to the Kings, I don't see at all.
No, that one, even the Russ thing. Again, we've seen Russ and we haven't seen Oladipo, but that one is just, I'm telling you, and I said it to start the show, that one is a little stinky.
Stinky. It's almost like
that one smells a little bit.
You're just like blatantly trying to become a sideshow.
Yeah, that one smells a little bit. Oh, what's going on here? Who wants this? Like, it's hard for me to believe Scott Perry, besides to, what Jay always talks about, hey, Oladipo, good story. It's a kind not good PR move, but Oladipo, his agent, people talk, give him a good look. Show them that you care. Hey, next time we need, if we need something, we just keep on building those relationships. So I could squint and see that one.
Let me take the other side of it there. Victor Oladipo loves the game so much. He was done. He's comfortable. He's coming back. He's going through everything he needs to come back to the NBA. What could be a better example for my young players who are just learning what the NBA is about than to have him there? Not to talk to them necessarily. That's part of it. But look at the example a guy like that sets for my young players. Just like, look, that's a guy you need to want the game and you need to want to win as much as he does. Look what he's done. You want to be successful? That's the guy you need to be.
These kids don't care about that type of stuff, man. Jay, these kids don't care.
If they don't care, then maybe they're not the guys you should be drafting.
I'm just saying, wow, what a great story. They're going to say, what's this Unk doing on the team? Get Unk off the team.
They didn't say that last year when you had a lot of Unks on the team.
Some of them did, and they were rookies. Now that they're not rookies, hey, man, hey, what's Unk doing over here? How many Unks you need on the team? They got Unks already. They got enough Unks.
Is Malik an Unk?
He's closer to Unk than Big Bro. Well, now, technically, now there's a whole breakdown.
Right.
Right? Unk starts, I think I just entered Unk.
Because if you got Oladipo, I think he'd be your only Unk, wouldn't he?
If you didn't get Westbrook.
You need?
Yeah. Domas is close.
He's Big Bro.
He's Big Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Malik's Big Bro.
Malik's Big Bro. You turn 35 or 36, that's when you become Unk. So I just became Unk.
Right. So you said, how many Unks do you need? I'm saying you'd only have one.
Yeah, but basketball is different than normal life. 30, you're an Unk. De'Aaron said he felt like Unk on the Spurs. He ain't even 30.
Did you see the story that came out of San Antonio that I think Jay sent us? That's sad that the Spurs are still behind De'Aaron Fox. Man, what happened to him?
I'm telling you.
They believe they would not have made it to the finals without him.
People
They're still
are
committed to him.
Yeah, people are short-sighted and not remembering all the good.
Man.
Yeah.
He needs to hire some new PR or something.
I mean, they're trying to save him.
Mm-hmm. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You want Oladipo here? Is Ben Simmons even worth discussing? Or is it, hey, bring Russ back when we come back? Oh, yeah, the Raiders back at practice for the first time since the Friday fight. Allen sets the stage and the table for us in Raiderville next on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents it's local but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 23. Frank Gore's rushing record.
Frank Gore became the San Francisco 49ers all-time leading rusher on December 4th of 2011, surpassing Joe Perry during a 26-0 win against the Rams. Throughout his 10 seasons in San Francisco, Gore established himself as a franchise cornerstone, finishing his 49ers career with 11,073 rushing yards and 64 touchdowns. When his career finally finished, Gore tallied 16,000 yards in the NFL on the ground and is third all-time in that department, with only Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith ahead of him.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140. Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Before we get back to the National Football League, here's what the smartest viewers, listeners, and radio and YouTube are saying right now. We've been talking a lot about Kawhi today on the show and what the NBA is going to do. Logical Raptors fanatic, who clearly has a stake in this, right?
Yes.
Says the report from Toronto is that a punishment is being figured out. Most people don't get things. Any punishment can be challenged by an owner to have an arbitrator rule based on the CBA. He also adds that the league wants Kawhi to play in Toronto, according to reports. 11th North says of Ben Simmons, he'll get whatever guaranteed money he can and then say, oh, my back. Which gets back to your issue, which is fair. I mean, on the one hand, we don't know him at all. But on the other hand, based on what we do know of him, it's fair to wonder whether he really wants to play basketball that badly.
Yeah. I mean, we wondered that. Honestly, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that even a thing at LSU?
Might have been.
I feel like that was always a worry. Now, on the flip side, people had that same worry about Anthony Edwards. And that hasn't been an issue at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know these kind of motor questions. It's a gamble. I think both gambles are worthy. I think the Ben Simmons gamble was worthy. He was great early on in his career. And Anthony Edwards has been outstanding. But then, sometimes it ends up biting you. Sometimes it doesn't.
Just think how hard that is if you're trying to evaluate a potential draftee's desire. Some guys but some guys you're not sure of. And, obviously they're not going to tell you, I don't really like it that much.
Yeah.
So how do you know?
You're
and
just
then,
guessing.
Jay has talked about, who was it, a rapper you talked about who said that after they made it, they just didn't have the same motivation. It was just human nature.
Yeah. It's like growing up, I didn't have certain things, and then once I achieved them and got success, it's like, wait a minute, I'm comfortable now, so that adrenaline shuts down a little bit.
Yeah. And you really can't blame someone for that.
No. I mean, it's hard to stay hungry when you're well fed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Ryan Coda says, I have a drinking game where every time any of you Sactown sports peeps says, Precious Achua was on his couch, I take a shot. You came so close just now to letting me take another shot. Dang it.
It's almost 5 anyway, Ryan. Do what you got to do.
Yeah. We don't on this show, we don't say the stuff that everybody else says, right?
That's true. Now, if you're trying to get after it,
don't blame you.
Kuminga is the easy one right there. There's other ways, Ryan, that we can help you out.
Yeah. You may have to kind of
do a
customize.
Show to show.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Customize your games to each show.
Yeah, there's some easy ones for this one.
Yeah.
Every time, here we go. We need a bingo card. Mm-hmm. Every time we tell someone to come home.
Mm-hmm. Come on home.
Come on home, right?
Uh-huh.
That's an easy one.
Anytime Alan mentions Kuminga.
You won't make it through lunch. You won't make it through dinner there, Ryan.
Anytime Alan starts gatekeeping.
Well, I don't do that. I got a lot of gatekeeping. I mean, a lot this weekend. A lot.
What happened?
Well, I'll give you one because there's so many that happened this weekend. Now, Powerball is popping, okay, at $900 million. All right. So, you're in line at the grocery store. There's already a machine right there. All right, I'll try my luck. Obviously, I didn't hit because now it's going off tonight. I'd still be here, by the way, Whitey. Even if I hit, I'd still be here.
I know you would.
I know. I would. There's a dude in front of me buying scratchers, buying them. The machine pops them out, and he's scratching them in front of the machine and then scanning them. And he sees me behind him. So he's buying them, scratching them, checking to see if they're winners over and over again. Really, dude?
Thinking that if he lets you in, you're going to get the winner.
I don't know what the thought is, but get the hell out the way.
Yeah.
You buy them and you walk away. He glances back. He's scratching them with a coin and then checking it. Are you serious?
Try this one on, Alan. So I'm waiting for the luggage in Maui, okay?
Okay.
And your luggage for this flight will be at Carousel 4, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I get there and, you see, is this the right one? Yeah, I recognize those people from the flight. And you get in position, right? And everybody else in our party, either they were getting a rental car or taking care of the little guy. So it's like, it's just me, which is fine. So I established firmly, both feet set, my position relative to the carousel.
Right.
And I'm giving it 3 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, once I have done that, and we know the luggage is coming, that is my space.
Yeah.
I have established this is my
Definitely.
area. Somebody happened to walk in between that real quickly. They were just going from point A to point B, and I thought, no, you don't come in here.
Yep.
Yeah. So they went through there, and it's like they were gone. I couldn't say anything, but I thought about it. I was like, well, that ain't right. Because I'm firmly with my body language. This is my area. There's plenty of areas for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, then the luggage comes, and then people start, okay, there's more and more people. Somebody starts crowding a little bit into my area. Oh, no.
No.
That is a direct violation.
Yeah. But you know what? Airplanes and airports, people, if they had home training, they either don't have home training or they forget it at the airport. You got to go, Whitey.
Yeah.
I would have said something.
That is, okay, if it's your luggage and you missed it and it comes into my zone, maybe you can reach in and I will get it for you.
You don't just sit in your zone.
But you don't just crowd in and, now that the luggage is, no, I'm here early.
Yeah.
This is my area.
Yeah.
Stay out.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
For your benefit as well as mine.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to be this close to each other.
No.
Everyone's going to get their bag.
Look how big this stinking carousel is.
Go walk
stand
around
over there.
That's right. And people are lazy. They don't want
Do
to.
you not see my stance?
Yeah. You're in a 3-point stance.
Well, more of a 2-point, but seriously, it is like firmly.
Yeah.
Feet about, shoulder
width.
Right. And
Yeah.
I don't put hands on hip because that takes up too much
No,
area.
you can
but
pivot.
I'm ready.
You could
I'm
pass.
ready.
You could pass, pivot, or shoot.
Yes. I could grab. I could retreat. I could go sideways.
Yeah. Shuffle,
so whatever
shuffle.
I'm going to do, it's in my zone, and you do not belong in my luggage claiming zone.
Yeah.
Do not belong there.
No, people don't care. And their luggage is more important than yours. It's the most important. Excuse me. I just got to... Excuse me.
I felt bad. This one guy, he's there with his wife and at least 3 kids, and they get a couple of pieces of luggage, and the guy says, all right, that's 2, only 5 more. And I thought, oh my God. What, are you bringing an army in here to occupy the island?
Come on, man.
So let me ask you guys a question. What if you get there late, like your last one on the plane, or you use the bathroom, take your time, whatever, meaning the carousel, and all the zones are occupied?
Then you have to
You have to wait?
No, you have to go kind of, what would this be? Like hip to, yeah. You can't go feet square. You got to go sideways. And you got to find a lane.
Gotcha.
And if there's no lane, then you're at the mercy of the
You just kind of
others.
wait till somebody leaves.
Excuse me,
and jump
that's
back
my
in.
bad. Would you mind if I
No.
get in? Yeah.
I'm not big on even being that close. Even when we got off in Vegas, I don't really trip off of that because half the time I'm trying to avoid checking a bag anyway, right? But let's say I have to, long trip, whatever it is, I'm just a dip and dodger. I'm going to just fall back. When I see my bag, I dip and I dodge and I grab and snag.
So
and
that's
then I'm
what
just
Whitey
out.
said.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of wait.
Yeah, I don't claim a zone. I just snag and bag.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I'm with you for the most part, but I'm not above. If there's a smaller lane there, then I will go side to side, and this is still my area.
Yeah.
And if that lane's not there, then all right, we'll work some out.
Let's go horizontal.
Yeah. If I go side to side, it's still my zone.
It's still your zone.
Yeah.
It's still your zone.
And you must recognize that and respect it.
You should.
Or we're going to have problems at the carousel.
Yeah. But sometimes I like when people just tick me off just to get my blood boiling a little bit. Like, I want you to annoy me. I want it.
We might have, or I might have prompted a message warning from the voice in the sky at the airport.
Oh.
Because I had Kenji and he's 2 and we're waiting and
Don't
waiting.
tell me you put him on the...
No. But I put him on, those rolling luggage things. And I said,
Yeah,
I'm on there.
yeah,
You okay?
yeah.
And I started rolling him around. Yeah.
This is a reminder. Do not place your children on the luggage in the luggage area for their
Was this a small airport? They're just watching you? Was no one else
that was
there?
tiny, brother.
This was back here. This was at
okay.
Sac International.
So they're just on you.
Well, I don't know if that could have been somebody else.
Sounds like it is.
That sounds like that was stretched.
Sounds like it is.
Huh.
Justin said, Alan, never buy lottery tickets from a grocery store. Always go gas station. Yeah, I have my spot, Justin, but I was already grabbing something and I looked up and people were going to the machine, and I saw it was $800 million at the time. So I got you, Justin. Tonight I'll be going to my normal spot, but I was already there.
That's got to be like somebody who doesn't want to give up their spot at the slot machine because they think it's going to pay off.
Right. But here's the thing, Justin. My spot, like we said, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So my spot isn't very lucky either. So I figured I might as well switch it up, Justin.
Still here? You said you would stay here even if
I would stay.
Yeah.
No, I definitely would. No, I would. I would be on vacation, though. Mm-hmm. But to Justin's point, I am big on that. Getting lottery tickets, I typically don't get them from chains. It doesn't work. No, I want like a half-open gas station.
Half open?
Yeah. Are you open? Is anybody back there? Yeah, hold on. That's what I need. That's where the winners are, Jay.
Okay.
That's where the
Never
winners
heard
are.
that before. It's good to know. You shouldn't be sharing that.
Kind of a
with people on the
sketchy
radio.
gas station.
Shouldn't be sharing
liquor
that
store.
Yeah, that's the best place.
Huh.
Yeah, ain't nobody winning that Safeway.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Bel Air.
Speaking of sketchy, we'll look at the
certain
Raiders
places
when
in the
we
city.
come back. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports. My zone.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Clear skies tonight with light winds and temperatures dropping off into the 60s by tomorrow morning. We are going to have a few clouds in the morning, then afternoon sunshine with daytime highs in the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer license 696-355.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Allen's Raiders welcomed Kirk Cousins back to practice after his scuffle on Friday with Max Crosby. Cousins fit the ball into tight windows, effectively conducted 2-minute drives. And I know, Allen, you got to love this.
Oh,
this
I do.
Fight from the silver and black.
I do. It's about time to show some fight. Fight for your brothers.
Today's practice was, according to ESPN and Ryan McFadden, Cousins' best so far in training camp.
Fight for your brothers on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. This is where, I was with my buddy. He lives out in Lincoln. This was not last week, but the weekend before, enjoying a pool like you do, Whitey. So we were enjoying a nice pool with the kiddos and everything. And for his son, he had on Remember the Titans. I said, this is what gets me going. That's the type of stuff we need. Strong side, left side. That's what they were probably saying during the fight there, Jay.
No doubt.
Kirk Cousins, strong side. Mendoza, left side. Or Crosby, left side.
His 2-minute drill work included a TD throw to new receiver Jalen Naylor, which is one of 4 passes he completed during that part of the drill. Cousins' return sent Fernando Mendoza back to running the second team, where he struggled.
Naylor, bit underrated there on the Vikings. Going to get more opportunities, fellas. I like what we're hearing. And by the way, Schmal and Miles, after I'm hearing this, that 5.5, put some more cheese on that. Hey, Jay, put some cheese on that.
Jay,
we need more.
What do you think of this, Jay? Fernando Mendoza ran into Dare Ogunbowale during a handoff exchange.
Yeah, Mike need to get in that book again, that playbook a little
hold
deeper
on.
Whitey.
Brock did that. No, this is great. Brock did that in a game.
His third interception at camp so far. He
did what?
Mendoza also threw his third interception at camp so far as defensive back Greedy Vance jumped a route by Devin Thompson.
This defense? This defense is looking good, ain't it?
His best throw of the day was a back shoulder throw to Benson, but it was called back because Mendoza was ruled sacked on the play.
Well, we'll never know. But that defense, underrated. He had a little over the shoulder with some touch on that. Man, this is sounding good, fellas. Everything is going according to plan.
Except for the part where he threw an interception and except for the part where he ran into the running back on the handoff.
Purdy did that in the game.
Yeah, it was a running back fault, though.
So same this time.
Yep.
Same this time.
Call it how you see it.
How did Purdy do in the Mike Sando tiers? I saw you guys had the great Mike Sando on.
He tied with the Iceman.
Oh.
Caleb Williams at number 11.
Oh.
I think that's appropriate. I mean,
I would have liked to have seen him top 10, but I get it.
Well, there was no 10, right?
There was no 10.
So they did it where if there was a tie, they added them both there. So there were a couple numbers that didn't exist.
Yeah. 2 8s.
Yeah.
2 11s.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was no number 10, interestingly enough. So you could say, they had him over.
Yeah.
Caleb can be yours, right?
And Brock Purdy has a new nickname now?
Oh, yeah. And Jay loves this one. This is from Raheem Morris. And basically,
defensive coordinator, yeah.
Yes. And he called Brock Purdy. Actually, sorry, Jordan Love was number 10. So there was a number 10.
Yeah,
Jordan Love started
There probably wasn't.
It was no 9?
There's no 12.
There was no 12.
No 12.
Yeah. No 12.
Was it a 9?
There was.
There's 2 8s. There's no 9.
No 9.
Yeah.
No 9. But we do have the Layer King.
That's terrible.
Whitey, they're already making shirts. Okay? This thing is spreading like wildfire.
Uh-huh. That was me when I used to sell pretzels at Fisherman's Wharf because you never knew.
That's right.
What the weather was going to be like. So I was the original Layer King.
Mm-hmm. Me at Oracle Park?
Uh-huh. Exactly.
The Layer King, because he can get that thing to George Kittle above the linebacker, but in front of the secondary. I see some shirts are being made. You Niner fans are all over this. Jay's the only one that I don't think
He's not the
loves
only one.
it.
I'm with Jay on that.
The Layer King.
The Layer King?
The Layer King.
Yeah.
TLK. TLK. It's time to play. Brock Purdy stars in the Layer King.
It's not a real good nickname.
I'm right. I'm running with it. Brock Star, Glock Purdy,
Makes you think
the Layer
gonna
King.
make some lasagna or something.
Somebody
but
said
it's
he
gonna
could
be
be
really good lasagna.
a hairdresser or a cake baker. The Layer King.
Raheem Morris, he was just like kind of spitballing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. He
was a
wasn't
Freestyle Friday.
No, yeah, he wasn't saying this is our new. Hey guys, here's our new nickname. He just said, the Layer King, man.
Yeah, it's no Glock Purdy.
No, you can't beat that. The Layer King.
Even if you change your voice, it doesn't make it sound better,
No.
Alan.
The Layer King. What if I told you that the last pick in the draft would become the Layer King?
Yeah.
You're in?
No, not on that. But in on Brock. Just worried about the 49ers' health again, as usual. What else is new? What else is new?
Always. I mean, I guess the Christian McCaffrey thing, Grant Cohn said isn't supposed to be very serious.
Do we even know where he has this tightness?
It's tight.
No.
Okay.
No one specified.
You said he's over 30. Sometimes you just wake up, it's tight.
I know. But at least I would like to know where his back.
I saw someone, and I don't remember who the 49er reporter was, but it was kind of like they were tongue-in-cheeking it. It was like, yeah, they just made something up. Like they said tightness, and it was kind of made up just so he didn't take the day off because you have to put something on the report.
I would be very careful with that, Jay.
I'm with you, but that's kind of the way I read it. And I'll try and find it, but that was one of the reporters was like, hey, CMC is out due to tightness as kind of constructed by the 49ers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm fine with that, except that's not even really a thing.
No.
Soreness? Okay. Tightness? What kind of tightness?
I don't think you can say rest, though, yet.
Oh, okay.
Can you say I don't think you can say rest.
That's weird.
And Bosa hasn't been practicing a lot either, has he?
Last
he's
4
tight
days
too.
or something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's going around.
This viral tightness.
Yeah, it's going around. Be careful. Yeah, I'm looking. It doesn't say what, because maybe that's a good thing. There is no what. It's just tight.
I am looking forward to the preseason opener, which we will have for you here on Sactown Sports, of course, against the Titans. It is fun to see them back again, and I don't know which position battles we should be watching for most closely, but I like to see the backup quarterbacks and see what they do. Because I remember Brock Purdy in the preseason.
Well, that's the whole thing,
who's
right?
That guy?
Didn't Brock kind of change how we watch backup quarterbacks?
Yes.
In a way, it feels like anytime, not necessarily for the Niners because Brock is there, but feels like now anytime you watch, even throughout the season when guys go down, is this the next Brock Purdy story? Is this going to be the next Brock Purdy story? And majority of the time it's not, but I do feel like one of Brock's legacy, or maybe his main legacy right now, is he has changed the way people watch backup quarterbacks, and he has changed the way I think people view the draft in general. Obviously the Niners already have their QB. The Raiders just got their QB, but
Maybe.
I was being nice, and then you go and do that. For what? Now, people say maybe Allen can be less riled up. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about.
Because I'm just trying to be honest, fair, and
No,
accurate.
you're not being honest or accurate. He hasn't done anything. He threw some picks. Brock throws all these picks.
He hits his own running backs harder than the opposing linebackers.
Well,
do.
good. He need to wake up. Get out the way. Get off the tracks when the train comes.
Probably. How about that? Probably. How about if I give you probably?
Most likely.
Okay.
Most likely. But for those teams like the Cardinals, who don't really have a guy, teams that don't really have a guy, if you take someone, I know the Browns are kind of weird because they took Gabriel, is Gabriel on the team?
Yes.
Is he on the Browns?
He is.
He's just third string.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe fourth because they have another guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you watch the draft differently, and you don't summarily dismiss late round quarterbacks like I feel they were dismissed prior to Brock Purdy. You're at least going to, if you need a quarterback, you're at least going to pay attention. Heck, at the time, the Niners didn't think they needed a quarterback. They had Trey. They had a couple. Who would have thought on a Monday, August 10th, there'd be 2 Trey Lance references?
Who was the guy that was in camp that was ahead of Brock Purdy? I thought Brock Purdy had no chance because I think it was Peterman. I think it was Nathan Peterman. And they gave him he had a guaranteed deal.
I know who you're talking about. I don't think
it's the cat from Iowa. Or I don't think it was Peterman, Whitey.
It was somebody that was familiar with the system.
Yeah.
And they gave him, because I remember they gave him a guaranteed deal.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I thought Brock Purdy has no chance because they've already paid this guy, and he beat him out anyway.
And I think that was the whole thing. You talk about, funny enough, with...
You're talking about Beathard. It wasn't Beathard.
Yeah, CJ.
No, it wasn't Beathard.
It wasn't him.
It wasn't Beathard. Was it Sudfeld?
Yes.
Nate
it was Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nate Sudfeld.
It was Sudfeld.
Yes.
And funny enough, we were joking about Dave trying to victory lap on the Ben Simmons thing, which actually hasn't happened yet. But if I remember this correctly, this was our guy who's been on the show a couple times. This was Larry Krueger's thing. His whole thing was, I would take Brock over Sudfeld.
Yeah,
they ended up doing it.
I remember that. I remember
Okay,
I
you
thought,
do.
there's no way.
Yeah.
Because Sudfeld, they've already paid him.
Yeah. So that was the big... See, Dave, that's something you can and I'm glad we're having this conversation. I know we got to get to the other side, but these fake victory laps, they need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Myself included. But they need to stop.
Yeah.
Starting with you, Dave. Enough.
Be better, Dave. Be a man about this Ben Simmons thing, right?
It's right. You're late. It didn't happen.
When we come back, have Domas's Hall of Fame chances disappeared? We were just talking about this a couple weeks ago, and now stunning reporting from The Athletic. We'll look at that next on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents as local but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Something we talked about a couple weeks ago is Domantas Sabonis on a Hall of Fame track. Well, not everybody thinks he is, so we'll dive into that here. It's a Drive, guys. So good to be back with you. Alan, though, has some somewhat, sobering news about the Giants and the rest of their season.
Yeah, they thought they were getting somewhere with Matt Chapman. He was starting the rehab because he's had that ab issue, the abdominal issue.
And he can't quite get a handle on it, right?
Right. Well, it turns out there was more than that going on. Chapman, this is from NBC Sports, Bay Area. Chapman hasn't played since June 30th, and his progression back toward big league games was shut down last weekend because he felt discomfort while running. He said he has a hernia and also a muscle tear on the right side of his abdomen, issues he had been playing through. It's nice to know what's wrong, but it sucks because it probably means my season is over. I was looking forward to getting back out there and playing. So then he went and saw he went to Philly to meet with Dr. William Myers and get a second opinion on his injured abdomen. But he said Friday he's pretty sure he'll be having surgery on Tuesday, and that has been the evaluation of the Giants team doctors. And Dr. Myers gave him the same diagnosis, and Matt Chapman will be having season-ending surgery tomorrow. And feels like that escalated very quickly.
Yeah. That reminds me of, I was talking earlier about all of the unfortunate news that came out last week, and there was one piece of unfortunate news that I had not mentioned, but you reminded me, talked about the Giants, was the Mike Krukow announcement.
That's right. That's right.
That he's retiring, and even though he's having some serious health issues, I know he got some great ovations at the ballpark the day after that was announced, but that's kind of sad.
Yeah, and he will continue to. They're going to celebrate him for the rest of the season.
Sure.
I was joking. We had Dieter Kurtenbach on. I was just joking about Krukow being a company man through and through, because now the Giants are just going to push this bad boy, and deservedly so. Mm-hmm. But that's going to be the story of the season now, and they can kind of hide a little bit from how bad. They put some Krukade on the end of the season, Whitey, he says that he's done. And Matt Chapman done as well. So it's a mess. The names that they're throwing out there and the players that they're throwing out there. I was with the River Cats yesterday, and
I was thinking of that.
They're running out of players.
Costs.
Yeah, they're running out of players to fire up. Mm-hmm. And Daniel Susak just went down, so it looks like Drew Kavanaugh will be getting a lot of playing time. And I know you just said who, and that's what it's been.
No, of course not. Follow them very closely.
Well, Susak, obviously. Yeah. But Kavanaugh also came up because of different injuries that they've had. And Christian Koss starting at third base today, Whitey. Mm-hmm. Starting at third base.
Yeah, and one more time, speaking of all those unfortunate things that we found out about last week, just really sad to hear, especially of the passing of Michael Wagaman, who was on our show. I looked it up. He was on May 21st. We had him on, and I had posted something like, here was our interview with, and then I took it down. I just didn't feel right about that. But great guy who was so positive, even though he'd had so many serious health issues and had brain surgery and was able to come back and write again and was so thrilled with that. And as I said earlier, that's one thing I'm going to always try to remember about him is, there was someone who was very positive who had a lot of reasons why he didn't necessarily have to be, but he was. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm always going to remember about my fellow Vallejo and Michael Webb.
Vallejo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know we had chatted with him, like you said, on the show. I had seen him around a lot just from, Kings games and things like that. But, he always made an entrance. And I think
it was a really good interview he did with us.
Yeah, it really was. And, he always made an entrance and kind of lit the room up. And I'm seeing Tristy Rodriguez and others that worked closely with him.
I think he mentored people like her.
Exactly.
That was part of his whole thing.
Helping
young writers. And he was a writer, sports writer.
Yeah, he will be missed.
Mm-hmm. We talked about Domas a couple weeks ago and his chances of reaching the Hall of Fame. Mike of Vorkunov of The Athletic came out today with his annual Basketball Hall of Fame tiers. So Tiers. So let's just see what Michael thinks of Domas's chances. He has these players, as I said, divided into tiers. Active players who are locks: Giannis, Jimmy Butler, Steph, AD, Durant, Embiid, Shea, Draymond, Harden, LeBron, Jokic, Kawhi, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, Russell Westbrook. I don't think anybody would argue with any of those, right?
Jimmy's a little interesting, isn't he?
Who's that?
Jimmy Butler's a little interesting?
Yeah.
As a lock?
Just let me
I think that's the one I heard that I was kind of like, ooh.
People love Jimmy, man. Those Heat runs, did a lot for him.
I hear you.
He's the ultimate winner. He dragged them to the finals.
But see, I again, how I do it with the Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame. I always go down. I start at the high school level, then the college level, the international level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jimmy wasn't highly recruited.
Right.
I think I'm not too far off. I don't remember him being a McDonald's All-American.
I feel like he was a JUCO guy too.
Yeah, something, right?
Jimmy also was a star, did great things with the Bulls.
Yeah. But ain't won nothing. I mean, I'd have to look at like the all leagues and the defensive all teams and all stars.
I got you right here.
Yeah.
He went to JUCO and then he went to Marquette.
Yep.
Got drafted 30th. So he scraped the first round, 2011. 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 2015 Most Improved Player, 5-time All-Defense, 2023 Eastern Conference MVP.
Basketball Reference Hall of Fame page, they project, based on what guys have gone through, what they've done, what their odds are, and they have Draymond and Jimmy Butler are at 76%. Okay. That's based on their formula. Doesn't mean that they're right, but that's where they have them. Active near locks. And again, some of this is just the opinion of the writer, although he says he's using formulas. Active near locks. And again, I know that Matt and Kayla talked about this today as well. Jalen Brunson, DeMar DeRozan, Luka, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum. Near locks.
Give that to me one more time, Whitey.
You got it.
Please.
Jalen Brunson, DeMar DeRozan, Luka, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum. I think a number of those guys would be in my active locks. Wouldn't you have Kyrie? Don't you think Kyrie's already a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I think he's in already.
DeMar DeRozan already a Hall of Famer?
He's already in.
Yeah.
Active in the mix. Is Domas in here? Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, Ant, Kevin Love, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns.
What is Kevin Love? What is he going to do? He's either in or out.
He's not going to make the Hall of Fame. He is much closer to the end of his career. Seems as if he is heading towards a future Hall of Fame induction. Basketball Reference Hall of Fame page gives him a 67.6% chance to get in, despite just, this is Kevin Love, 2 All-NBA selections and 6 All-Star nods. But he's also an NBA champion, an Olympic gold medalist.
Mm-hmm. That 2016 squad getting the stimulus.
Yeah, well,
they all getting in.
McDonald's All-American, highly rated at UCLA. You got those in there.
46th all-time in total rebounds.
Rebounds, too.
Yeah, they throwing them in there.
Retired.
J.R. Smith might get in. Everybody from that 2016.
Retired locks, Kyle Lowry and Chris Paul.
Yep.
Retired in the mix.
Ooh.
LaMarcus Aldridge, Marc Gasol, Blake Griffin, Anthony Hardaway, Iguodala, Joakim Noah, Rajon Rondo, and Derrick Rose.
That is a mixed bag.
Man, that is. Yeah.
Because it's more of, well, if he gets in, then he has to get in.
Right.
Oof. Give me that last list one more time.
You got it.
Retired.
This
almost
is retired players with finished resumes, leaving their cases open to debate. LaMarcus Aldridge, Marc Gasol, Blake Griffin, Anthony Hardaway, Penny Hardaway, Andre Iguodala, Joakim Noah, Rondo, and Derrick Rose. I think Rose gets in. I think Rondo gets in because of the championship he won. He won a couple, didn't he? Was he with the Lakers?
Yeah, he got the Lakers.
Yeah,
He got
yeah.
the Lakers one, yeah.
Blake Griffin, he had some monster
I think he
numbers
gets in.
Iguodala.
Ooh.
Just because of the Warrior stimulus.
Yeah.
And Finals MVP.
Well, Warrior stimulus isn't.
So you think it's 4 guys off that team? He's the 4th?
Yes, I do.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think, to me, that Finals MVP goes a long way.
Technically be 5, right? Because KD.
Mm-hmm. And he has an Olympic gold medal.
Blake.
And he was a key player on 4 title teams.
6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, All-Rookie Team, Rookie of the Year. Blake Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
College, All-American.
Yeah, I'm
McDonald's
sure,
All-American. Like, you know what I mean? That gets in.
Yeah, you're right. Even high school stuff.
But all these guys were All-Americans.
Not all of them. Like Jimmy Butler.
Here we go. Active players whose specialized honors or titles give them a plausible path. So if Domas is going to be on here, I think this is where it would be.
What did you just say?
Active players, they call this above the Michael Cooper line. Active players whose specialized honors or titles give them a plausible path to the Hall of Fame. Okay. This is a great question. I'm just reading this stuff. Bam Adebayo, Cade Cunningham, Jaren Jackson Jr., Tyrese Halliburton.
Wow.
Drew Holiday, Al Horford, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam, and Trae Young. End of list.
Drew got 2, right? Drew got 2.
Of all of them, he's probably the closest.
2-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champ, 6-time All-Defense.
See, that's what helps.
Olympic gold medal as well.
Medals.
2-time
2-time gold medalist, right?
2-time sportsmanship.
Horford, 5-time All-Star, and 2 NCAA titles at Florida.
He's probably close too.
Along with Joakim Noah.
Yeah, and those guys aren't from here, right? Like, Horford's not from here, right? Was he born here or was he not born here?
I don't think he was, but
Yeah,
I have to check.
yeah, I don't think he was
I
born
don't want
here.
to say the wrong.
Thought he was born on one of the islands or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, that throws a little international flavor, and first to do this or first to do that. Yeah, I think he gets
he's getting into stimmy.
I think he too.
He
He's
got
got
the
one
Celtics
championship
stimmy,
in the Celtics.
Then now he's with the Warriors.
Yeah,
he's
he's
hanging out.
Active,
guy.
just keep it up. We're almost out of
What
tears
in
here.
the world?
This is, Wemby's the only one in
Keep
here.
it up.
Come on, man.
Already, Wemby's 3 years in, man.
A generational talent whose Hall of Fame track requires only time. Well, doesn't that make him a lock? Active, just keep it up. Victor Wembanyama. Keep an eye on.
Oh.
Come on, Tomas.
Come on.
Tyrese Maxey. Chet Holmgren. Jalen Johnson. Jalen Duren. Evan Mobley.
Keep an eye, huh?
Dropped from all tiers. That's actually the thing. Dropped from all tiers. Ja Morant, Domantas Sabonis.
Okay, let me just say this.
Mike Vorkunov, The Athletic.
I have one gripe, right?
Only one? You?
I have one main gripe, and it waited till the very end. Keep an eye on 2 guys that have just had one good year in Jalen Johnson and Jalen Duren. But guys that were good for years in Ja Morant and Domantas Sabonis. Maybe Ja had more than one bad year, but Domantas Sabonis one bad year and gets dropped from all discussions.
Right.
That just sounds like this is just this dang near may as well be Mike Sando's tiers. It's just going to change again next year. If Domas has a good season,
Come on,
he's going to put him back.
Yeah, let's get Vorkunov on.
Yeah,
Put your money where your mouth is, Mike Vorkunov.
We keep an eye on. Hold on. Jalen Johnson, Keep an eye on Jalen Johnson, who is a one-time All-Star and one-time All-NBA, all from this season. Now let's keep an eye on him for the Hall of Fame.
Stop it.
For the Hall of Fame, Whitey.
No way.
This isn't just a yearly, this is the tiers. Domas, 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, 3-time total rebound champ.
Yeah.
One bad year. The Ja thing, I have less gripe because it's been multiple years with Ja. But Sabonis literally was just injured for a year. And somehow Tyrese, who just did nothing, is there. Yeah, is there somewhere. Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, he's way up there. He's on one of the earlier tiers.
I'm telling you, that Pacers under gonna hit. I'm telling you.
I know you're looking for the click value, fellas, but there's definitely a few names that were just thrown on there because they're hot right now, and I think that's the Jalen Johnson Duren conversation, Alan. And then there's probably a few more who are, for whatever reason, their name is not flashing in lights, but they probably should be discussed a little bit higher than Jalen Duren and Jalen Johnson. And where's Anthony Davis? Where'd I miss him at?
I know I said him somewhere,
Okay.
Jay.
I missed him. My apologies.
I think he's either lock or near lock.
Lock or near lock.
Active near locks. No, he's got to be an active lock. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure here. Anthony Davis is, he's in the active locks.
So he's in.
Again, that's Giannis, Jimmy Butler, Steph, AD, KD, Joel Embiid, Shea, Draymond, James Harden, LeBron,
Embiid,
Jokic, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson,
MVP,
and Russell Westbrook.
Joel Embiid's a lock?
According to Vorkunov, yes.
Wow.
See if I can find any explanation there. Embiid has played just 96 games over 3 seasons after winning MVP. Dominant 23-24 season when he averaged more than a point per minute. Has barely played since then. His accomplishments and dominance should be enough to get him into the Hall because his case is more tenuous than it seems. He has a lower Hall of Fame probability score than Amari Stoudemire, but winning MVP plus an Olympic gold medal all but guarantees enshrinement.
So you win an
MVP and a gold medal. Yeah. Historically, you're pretty much in.
Even if you don't do anything.
Nothing else. 11 North says old man C.J. McCollum was better than Jalen Johnson. CJ, one of the rare players, great career, he's in his 13th going into his 14th season.
He's never really done any one
Nothing
thing,
to show
right?
for it.
Yeah.
2016 most improved player. No All-Stars. Which is so interesting because you can't put him in with no accolades, but he had a really solid career. CJ McCollum is like the Derek Carr of the NBA.
CJ McCollum is way better than Derek Carr.
I think you're right.
Was.
I think you're right.
Who's better, Derek Carr or Alex Smith?
Oof. We hopping in the car. We hopping in the car on that one.
That's tough.
26 pre-foot is definitely Derek. Post-foot, it gets a little sticky. Alex played way more all he had to do was play one game to play more playoff football than Derek. I want to say DC, but Alex Smith had more moments. It's probably Smitty.
He played in bigger games.
Yeah.
Which is
multiple teams.
Yeah.
He went to the playoffs
that's right.
with the Niners and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. 11 North said the Andy Dalton of the NBA.
That's correct.
Andy Dalton.
And C.J. McCollum.
That's C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, they should have a statue in Cincinnati of Andy Dalton because I think he led the Bengals to the playoffs
3 years in a row?
3 or 4
Something
years
like
in a row.
that.
The Bengals.
Just get blitzed every year.
More than Joe Burrow. Just saying. He's 1 for 6.
Yeah, but that one, doing a lot of heavy lifting, Jay.
Ain't been there in 5 years, man.
He went to the bowl.
Don't you think
what happened?
Domas not being on here again is a reflection of the way the Kings are seen. Domas is on this team. He was hurt last year. He's on this team that's not really going anywhere. How in the world is he going to rebuild a Hall of Fame case? He can do it, but to me, this is the writer saying, yeah, right now he's he's just off the grid. He's off the Hall of Fame grid.
It's tight. I mean, he's 30, right? He's got a boogie these next couple years here. He needs 2 good years. And I think to this point, guys, when we talk about your accolades versus who you play for, to your point, Whitey, if you're going to be on a loser, your accolades have to be out of control. So if you're going to be on a loser, then you need more. If Domas, let's say the Kings keep him, then you need at least 2 more All-NBAs. If you go to a winner and you have a finals run or something like that.
And you continue to lead the league in rebounding.
Yes, then you're in. But you can't be on the Kings, not get All-NBA nods, and get to the Hall of Fame.
And you're not going to win Olympic gold playing for Lithuania, if I'm not mistaken.
I had to check the roster. I got to grind some tape.
I mean, that's a great basketball nation.
But they're in a tough spot.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a tough spot.
Get bronze or silver, looks okay, right?
Yeah, I have to
Or
check.
no?
I don't know. That's a good question. And I think they have won Olympic medals.
Who's he riding with out there?
Your guess good as mine, big man.
Who's he? He got some
one or two.
demons out there.
He got
with
one
him.
or two. He got one or two riders with.
Who of the players that we mentioned who are likely to get in, who do you think is let's see, by the way, Olympic Games, no gold or silver in Olympic history, 1992, 96, and 2000 bronze medal for Lithuania men's basketball.
He needs a bronze run.
Oh, you got Kasparis, Yakukunis,
I was just going to say some Yakovitis name or something and just.
Valanciunas.
Okay, that's right. Cook it.
He got Valanciunas.
We cook it.
He got Tubelis. I don't know who that is, but
that's Skip Bayless's brother.
You got
the players that we said are probably going to get in, whether you agree or not. Who is most similar to Domas? Honestly, I could be wrong here, but when we went down the names, Kevin Love to me in some ways is similar to Sabonis. Kevin Love is a much better outside shooter, but as far as the rebounding, so Domas would have to be on better teams.
Yeah,
I think to really increase his Hall of Fame chances.
You know who I was going to say?
Everyone always compares him to Jokic, but
no, because I even was going to say just off the top of my head when it comes to how much postseason play. I was going to say when you were just reading them, LaMarcus Aldridge, but these dudes, 7-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA. Yeah. Domas 2-time. Domas, can you get 3 more All-NBA? Could be third team. You got 3 more in you to get to 5. You get 5. We could say it like that, Whitey. Doesn't matter if he's playing here or in Miami, wherever. You get 3 more All-NBA. You get 5 All-NBA, I think you're in. I don't know if he's going to get 3 more. It was really hard for him to get the 2. He got it, especially being in the West. So,
it's doable, but it's going to require some heavy lifting from here.
I'll put it like this. Maybe he could sneak in. He needs at least, let's just simplify it. In my opinion, Domas needs 2 more All-NBA. Unless he ends up on a contender.
And you're saying first, second, or third team.
In my opinion. 2 more All-NBA or a ring.
At least some playoff success.
Yeah, something.
Not just making it, but actually having some success.
If you're not going to make the playoffs, you need at least 2 more All-NBA. Easy. That's a non-negotiable for me.
I'm going to look up his likelihood, what they have, Basketball Reference has for his, chances of reaching the Hall of Fame. So we got that when we come back. Also, what's cooking? Baseball is headed back to the Field of Dreams for the first time in years. That's next on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
I'll tell you what's not cooking is Domantas Sabonis' Hall of Fame chances according to Basketball Reference. We were just talking about the article by Mike in the Athletic. Mike Volkanoff? Mm-hmm. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, anyway, Hall of Fame probability for Domantas Sabonis. Basketball Reference says 7.6%.
I mean, that's the problem. I mean, and here's the other thing. I know, and
7.6%.
Well, Whitey, I think you asked me, does it matter if it's first team, second team, third team? I think that definitely matters, right? If he's not getting a first team. It would be very difficult for him to get a first team. But the All-NBAs he has are pretty soft, right? That's also the problem. He's got two, and they're both third team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a tough one, fellas.
Yeah. By the way, Jay, active locks. I know you were wondering about Shea.
Yeah.
He is considered in this list an active lock
already.
And then Ant is. I know I saw him on here somewhere.
Yeah, he was
further
on
down.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's time for What's Cooking. And What's Cooking, we like to talk about what's coming up. And the MLB Field of Dreams game is back this Thursday. You got the Twins and the Phillies playing in Iowa. And this is the first Field of Dreams game since 2022. The event took a couple years off so they could upgrade the site. And then actually, I think what they did, wasn't it last year? I think it was better than the Field of Dreams game because they played at Rickwood Field in Alabama.
That's right.
Remember? That was way better.
Yeah.
Baseball acknowledging, the Negro Leagues. That was way better than commemorating some stupid-ass movie. That is a stupid movie. People love it. I always thought this movie's horrible.
Field of Dreams?
Terrible movie.
Not up there for you.
No.
Huh.
But they should, you know what? Instead of honoring the same stupid movie every year, they should honor other baseball movies. They should have like a Sandlot game and play by the light of the fireworks, or just they should observe other baseball movies.
Yeah, sometimes we wonder, we're not coming for anybody's jobs, but sometimes, you think that these big business and corporations, they gotta, Whitey, you want to be the marketing director for Major League Baseball, you need about 25 years. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a nice paycheck, all this stuff. And then you see what they put out and you wonder, that's the best you can do?
Well, hold on.
You should, oh, okay.
Kevin Costner supposedly is involved in the broadcast.
Who? That's what everybody's. Who? Who's
he was
this
in,
unk?
3 baseball movies, right?
Yeah.
He was in For the Love of the Game. He was in Bull Durham.
Love Bull Durham.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I love Bull.
Not for me.
And he was in, of course, Field of Dreams.
Both of them weak.
Bull Durham?
Weak.
I liked Bull Durham more than I liked Field of Dreams.
Agreed.
Yeah. Was it the rookie? When
Love the rookie.
When he throws on the street?
No, he throws from the bleachers.
But then the street is the miles per hour.
You're talking about the Jim Morris movie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Get Dennis Quaid on the broadcast then.
The rookie.
Get all of them.
Right.
I just saw the homie
But
from.
that was about real. It was based on a true story.
Right. Speaking of, I just saw the homie from, what was the one, Rowan Gardner.
Yeah.
Is that Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year, yeah.
I just saw he's an adult now.
Uh-huh.
Get him
Pull him
out
out
there.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Rowan Gardner.
I don't know if this is good or not. This game that they're playing in Iowa, it counts. It's the Twins and the Phillies. This is a real game. These Field of Dreams games, they count.
Yeah, they count.
Yeah, and they're going to be wearing the, they call them throwback uniforms. They'll be wearing the stupid costumes and everything. So.
Tim Anderson hit that Oppo Taco. And then the Tim Anderson game.
He played in one.
Yeah, they beat the Yankees. Oppo Taco walk-off electric. And then that field, they just want home runs. I can't remember how many home runs in that game, but that was not regulation. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess there is technically no regulation for fences in baseball, but them bad boys were looking about two. We watching the Little League right now, fellas. It wasn't much different. Them bad boys were about 280.
The Phillies will wear gray jerseys based on what the team wore from 1939 to 1941, and the Twins will wear white home jerseys modeled after their original look from the 60s. This game is going to be on Netflix.
Oh.
Netflix has the exclusive rights to the Field of Dreams game.
So they can push whatever other show they have going on.
Hopefully they'll have Jameis Winston there.
No.
I'm going to eat some corn here.
Hey, we made a W out of corn. Now we're going to eat corn W's.
I wasn't going to watch, but maybe I'll watch because Ryan Kreidler, Twins.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
that's what you got.
I just think they need to just mix it up like they did last year, and there's other things you can do besides going back to Iowa again.
Back to Iowa. Mm-hmm. And it's no disrespect, but, you get an opportunity to travel. I think this is happening, and, you got to be careful what you talk about, but I think, for example, my wife gets to go. She's working with a partner.
You're taking shots at Iowa now?
No. I'm just saying you get to travel for work, and my wife has to go to, it's someplace in North Carolina where she has to drive. There's no airport. You got to land, and then you got to drive in, and you finally get a chance, oh, yeah, I get to go on a trip for work, and now you got to go to Iowa.
No disrespect.
Shout out Iowa, but there's some places, guys, like as it presently constructed, I've at my age, I've just come to believe unless something changes, I will not be visiting that state. Like I'm not going to get to 50. I'm not going to get all 50 states.
Where's the one place you had to go to for business or vacation or whatever where you would just really rather not return to?
I don't know. I've gotten pretty lucky with where I've had to go. Like, my mom had a conference.
I'm not a huge fan of the Tucson area. I like Tucson is like,
what's up with Tucson? I don't know anything about. I've been to Arizona.
And the other one was Jasper, Alabama.
Now, Scottsdale. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Jasper, Alabama?
Went there for a wedding, and this was a few years ago. It was just weird.
You said for work.
This was for a wedding. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Jasper, Alabama.
Uh-huh. We pulled over to ask some guy. We were going to the reception. Pulled over. There was a guy standing there. Hey, how can we get to so-and-so? How Horton Station.
Crazy.
He talked for 3 minutes, and we go, drive away. What did he say? And none of us knew. We all said we have no idea what he said. None.
My mom had a conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we went to Tulsa. It was actually pretty cool. So that's probably
that's a university town, right?
Right. That's probably one of the random, Longwood, Virginia to play Longwood University. Right?
Longwood.
But you're there, a crazy name. But you're there, you play, you stay at night, you order Domino's, and you go home. So I can't really say anything about it. You know, a place that is it's kind of confusing, but St. Bonaventure's in New York.
The Bonnies.
Everyone hears New York. It's not New York City. Like
New York State.
You are up there.
Upstate New York.
Yes, you are up there.
Dream Team LTB says, I am 1,000% taking shots at Iowa. The only thing they have going for them is they aren't West Virginia. Who lives in Iowa? Nobody goes there. The wind blows them that direction. I've never been to Iowa.
I've never been, and I don't see how I would get there. I don't see how I would get there. I don't see how I would get to Montana, Nebraska. Now, some of these, Nebraska, maybe a football game, something like that. Mm-hmm. But, Jay, for our MAC trip, we might end up in one of these states, so I got to be careful. We might end up
the
there.
MAC is all Midwest and over.
Yeah.
I love the MAC. I don't think you're going to be visiting Nebraska for the MAC.
There's just a couple spots that I've come to terms with. Yeah. I'm probably not going to get out there.
As baseball guys, what do you guys think of these showcase games? Remember, we had the Reds played somebody at the Speedway a couple years ago. Remember that in Nashville?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
I'm with that.
I think it was a disaster because they ran out of food or something. It wasn't.
Yes, that's what it was. They ran out of food.
Yeah, which was,
People
were really upset. People that went there were really upset.
Didn't someone play, was it in Notre Dame or something? Didn't they play a baseball game in a football stadium, like a college football stadium, about 5, 6, 7 years ago?
I don't know, but I know it has been a couple years since they played in Iowa because, like I said, they haven't played there since 22 because they had to refurbish the field, and it took them 4 years to fix the cornfield. I don't know, Alan.
Well, I know, and then obviously, what is it? The Pinstripe Bowl. They always play at Yankee Stadium. That's football baseball.
Yeah.
But and like I said, you never know where life can take you, right? Maybe I'll have a wedding or something like that. I just don't have any plans. When I look at my list, there's only so many places to go, fellas.
Agreed.
There's just not enough time. So shout out Iowa. And my whole thing,
I could see you getting to Iowa though.
But here's my thing, though.
It's the Dakotas.
Yeah, the Dakotas.
Wyoming,
I don't got nothing for you.
Yeah, like up there.
The Jackrabbits. Hey, y'all stay blessed.
Yes,
I don't see how.
Yes, sir.
I don't see a Dakota.
Yeah.
You never know, right? Maybe the kiddos, right? Hey, Dad, I got a full ride to South Dakota. Well, go Jackrabbits.
You think are the North Dakotas like, oh, we hate South Dakota?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And whoever has the bigger city is probably like, oh, they're in the middle of nowhere. Because you know why? People will do that in Sacramento. It's all relative, right? Because, the Bay will say whatever. Sacramento proper, they'll say outskirt Sacramento cities and say, oh, no, they're in the middle of nowhere. So everyone just keeps
out in the sticks.
Everyone just keeps passing the buck. Yeah. Now, where is the most stick place that there's nowhere that they can say, yeah, this is the end of the line here. You just keep passing it, Whitey. Yeah,
Do you remember when they played a college basketball game on an aircraft carrier?
Yeah, it was Michigan State versus Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think they've done that since.
Oh, no, I sent you guys something. They were hitting it was a home run derby. I sent it to you guys last week. One of the minor league division conferences were hitting home runs like off the lake or something.
Now that's cool.
See, do that. We got to find that.
And here's my thing about the Iowa. I'm not taking shots at Iowa.
Alan, you are, man. You all on Iowa.
No.
Now.
There's actually
Kurt Warner was an Iowa barnstormer, mister.
Someone in Cat Crew. Now, it's different when you're in a college town, but somebody from Cat Crew goes to Iowa State. So shout out Iowa State. Shout out the Cyclones. But my thing is, what are you trying to get out of this, right, Whitey? I get the point of it, but if you want to make it a thing and build up for baseball, I wanted to go to the Alabama one because the Giants were playing in it, but I didn't end up getting out there. And, of course, the historic aspect. But you're not going to pull anybody, as far as a crowd, hey, we're going to take off to see the Twins play in Iowa.
TV show is basically what it's become.
Yeah.
You only need enough people there to make it look like people are there. Because they're basically extras.
Ramsey says, I always like the Little League Baseball Classic in Williamsport. Yeah, but that's a whole, I want to get out to Williamsport, but that's PA.
Yeah.
And I got, I'm different because I have connections in PA, right? I think my wife, I'll be about 2 hours out of Williamsport. But that's different.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like the College World Series, too, in Omaha. So maybe I will get to Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska, they're different.
Nebraska has a couple
you got it
major
locked
teams.
on.
Like Omaha is a city.
It's the
stuff.
Dakotas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dakotas.
Yeah, Dakotas, Wyoming.
The Wyoming.
Yeah, like there's nothing in Wyoming.
I'm sorry,
for me to
Josh
do.
Allen.
Yeah,
I'm not going to see
sorry.
the
Never
Cowboys.
been to Laramie?
No, and I don't have any plans.
I just remember I was there once.
Montana.
It was just flat and windy, and I was like, is that it? That's Wyoming.
I'll tell you one, and I know this won't go over that well for people. Utah has nothing for me.
Oh, what?
Nah, it has nothing for me.
I've never been.
I thought of there's a dude that I listened to. He's not coming to California, so he's doing 2 shows at Red Rocks, which of course is legendary, and he's doing he's not really country, but he's doing a country concert in Utah, and Shabuzi gonna be there. And I texted my buddy. I said,
Nah. Have you been to Utah before?
I have not, besides a layover.
Yeah,
so no.
It's not for me. It's slow.
Don't sleep on Provo.
Yes, sir. I won't. New Mexico.
I'm gonna be out in Utah. I got to get out to Utah.
Yeah, listen. I don't ski. I don't. Yeah. Snowboard.
We'll go with the Kings on a road trip. First trip into Utah.
I'm out. Let's do it.
Okay.
No, I'm out there.
Okay.
Let's do it. It's not the best atmosphere for basketball for me.
Okay.
I've been to 3 or 4 times. Not really tied
Give
down to the
chance,
travel.
Jay.
Yeah,
Give it another chance.
All right,
Jay.
I got you. I've driven through
Field
there a few
trip.
times. Not as beautiful as people think it is.
The salt flat.
Yeah.
I tasted the salt.
Yeah.
Tastes like salt.
Give me New Mexico over Utah.
Oh yeah, I love growing a food scene out there.
And where? New Mexico?
Yeah.
Albuquerque? Santa Fe?
Spent a lot of time in Albuquerque.
You did?
Yes. When we come back, we'll remember one of basketball's truly great pioneers. That's coming up on Sactown Sports.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows when it's 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, your mind starts racing, asking the big questions.
Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the bottle? How come you never see baby pigeons? Am I breathing weird right now, or have I always breathed like this?
Progressive can't help with those questions. But if the question keeping you up at night is about your insurance, rest assured, we're here online when you need us, 24/7, 365.
But seriously, where are all the baby pigeons?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Great to be back with you and Jay and Mr. I Can't Stand Iowa, Alan Stiles.
Don't do that. I'm sure they have good fairs. Yeah, that's why I'll go.
You're a real fair guy.
Yeah, we're going. Actually, it's this week. I think somebody said it was free. We got to double check. Yolo County Fair, we're going. And, you know, the rest of my family, they can be very annoying when it comes to, hey, are you coming with us or what are you doing? Turns out they are. I believe my mom is going to be there for sure. She says, I haven't been to a fair in forever. So my mom, is it like a carnival? That's what she asked me. So my mom's going to be there. I believe my little sister and her husband are going to pop out as well. So it's going to be a huge fair day. And the good thing is, guys, because they're going, that means that I don't have to pay as much attention to my kids. So I can enjoy myself.
Wow, okay. You ever been to a Renaissance fair?
No, but I think when we went to Vegas for the Super Bowl, there was a conversation about going.
Oh, okay.
And I
went to one once.
Said, no, thank you. Just not my bag. Like those restaurants that kind of do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just all big old turkey legs.
Renaissance fair, they have, you know, like jousting and a maze, and everyone walks around eating a turkey leg. And
yeah.
It's got its charm.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, maybe I need to get it off the bucket list. It's not really on it, but, you know, if I came across that, same way I might come across Iowa, same
I would
bucket.
go, if I could go anywhere, I think I'd go back to Maui. Maui's pretty nice.
Right now?
I did want to say, though, let's see, I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was the day we left, was 3 years the day after they had those fires in Maui. And one day we went, they had just reopened Front Street, which is a street right along the water where they suffered some of the devastation. And it was just, you know, you're driving along and you can see, the road is new. Oh, they've redone these buildings. These buildings are new. And then you'd see one of the buildings that hadn't been repaired. And it was unbelievable. Just the devastation that is still existent there. So, you know, hashtag Maui strong. But that place is incredible. And they're showing great resiliency and spirit the way they're bouncing back from that unspeakable tragedy, which, you know, those things are becoming all too common, these devastating fires. Yeah, the day we got there, you know, it's always quite often it's windy on Maui. And the day we got there, we checked in and they said, there's a chance we have to shut down the power because it's been so windy. We probably won't, but we'll let everyone know because, you know, that's obviously one of the things that triggers this stuff now is, you know, power lines come down.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and it settled down. The weather was remarkable, but an amazing place with amazing people.
Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We lost an amazing person, passing away Sunday morning, the age of 86, Don Nelson, a true basketball pioneer. Don Nelson was an outstanding player on some great Celtics teams. Then he was a coach for the Warriors, for the Mavericks, for the Bucks, and never won a championship, but won a ton of games. 1,335 wins, which covered 11 seasons. And he actually did usher in a number of innovations. And here's 4 of them from SI.com. Nelly Ball, which was an up-tempo style in which teams that were smaller embraced being smaller. And they shot a lot of threes like the Run TMC teams, the Warrior teams that he had. And that's a really popular style now. Originally it was called Nelly Ball, and he was the one that kind of introduced that to the game. He was one of the first to embrace the international movement when he was with the Mavs. You know, they had Dirk, Steve Nash, who was they didn't draft him, but they brought him in, and he was a Canadian player. Dirk Nowitzki on X said, Nelly, you didn't just draft me, you believed in me. You saw things in my game before I ever realized I could do them. I've said it a million times, I will always say it. I don't think my career could have turned out how it did without you being my first coach and giving me a chance. He also popularized Hack a Shack, Allen, which if the Spurs had done that, they might be champions.
Honestly, they might be.
Nelly introduced that. And, now it's used against guys like DeAndre Jordan. Ben Simmons has been used against him, Andre Drummond, and Mitchell Robinson. So Nelly also gets credited with ushering in positionless basketball and the point forward. These are things that now are really coming into the forefront of the NBA.
Yeah.
Some of it's more three-point shooting, but some things, positionless basketball is like, there was a time when what are you talking about? But I know when Mr. Ranadive got here, he talked a lot about that. And Don Nelson was one of the first ones to see, well, why? If you have a point guard that's bigger, if it's the forward can run the offense, just run the offense through them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing now where, hey, if this works, now let's try to find a kind of a copycat for it. And, it's a copycat league. So a lot of teams have tried to do it. Not everybody has been successful. But I do think the fact that he revolutionized, and I know that word probably gets used a little bit too much, but he actually did. So to still see a lot of signs of that today when we were talking about some of these some of these newer Hall of Fame potential locks, things like that, do they even play the way that they currently play if not for the revolution of, hey, just because you're big doesn't mean you can't handle the rock.
Yeah. He introduced a lot of things that are now really part of the fabric of pro basketball. One thing I saw a Don Nelson team do that I've never seen anybody else do, and I remember when he coached the Bucks, he had a lot of bigs like a guy named Paul Mokeski. And Paul Mokeski would have inside position, and the ball would be on the opposite wing, and the pass would come to the big off of the backboard. I've never seen anybody do that. And they did it some. It didn't really catch on.
Right.
But the wing would throw the pass off the glass to the big who had position, catch it and score. It's like, no one ever thought of that before.
Yeah. I mean, that's that inventive type of stuff. That's not a shot attempt.
No. And just a hero in the Bay Area for what he did with the We Believe Warriors.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I remember where I was for those that We Believe series. So I know we've seen a lot of people kind of speak up from the Bay on how much he meant to them. So yeah, it's been.
And he, by the way, was living on Maui.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's been quite the week, but he definitely that's a big hitter right there to go down.
He also is credited with being the guy with the Warriors who really believed in Steph Curry. Steph Curry has said, he stuck up for me when he was the one who believed in me.
There were some questions about him, Monte. By the way, Monte.
Yeah,
we can save that for tomorrow if you want.
What did you think of that?
Everyone's supposed to believe in himself.
Yeah. What did he say again, Alan?
He said that if he was basically in Steph's spot with those teams, they would do the same amount of winning. So he'd have, I guess, at least 2-3 rings. Maybe 4 in his mind. And that's all that matters in his mind.
That's right. He's always very confident.
Yes, he was. And I like that. We don't have to agree with it, but I appreciate it.
So maybe tomorrow, maybe we'll have more on Ben Simmons. Who knows, right? Maybe we'll have more clarity on the Kings' Ben Simmons situation.
Maybe we have more clarity on Derek Carr. Headed to UC, LA. Jason Ross's spot.
There goes their season.
To be a special advisor to the head coach. He's going to be working with the quarterbacks. See, when you're that great, Jay, people want to be around you. What's Alex Smith doing? I think he's on TV. He's doing very well for himself. But what's, Jimmy's still playing. Look, it doesn't matter. Okay? Derek Carr, greatness, need to be around it.
We're back with you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Stick around, more great sports talk to come on Sactown Sports.
Football is back.
This is